Hello, everybody, and welcome back from our holiday break. Oh, rearrange the windows here in a second, and I will continue talking to the audience.
Vamp, Justin, vamp like your life depends on
Hello,
it.
welcome back from our holiday break. It's just the five of us for tonight. Let me move
Just
the
the
five of us.
While I vamp, people can finish their level ups if they haven't done it yet. I'll move everybody around to where they should be.
I was so tempted to change which class I decided to level up in, but I didn't. I was so tempted. I did not.
Anyways,
Multi-class A.
I've been multi-classing.
Triple class A.
Quadruple. Rainbow class
Surprise,
A.
Hopper took a level in Barbarian.
uh-oh. Alright.
Ooh, but maybe?
No, does make sense. Alright.
It could, though.
Now it could. Anyways.
He's kind of raging.
Holiday break, we're back from that. A few of us aren't, but alas, that is life. I have nothing to talk about announcement-wise. Kate, do you have anything?
Holidays are over, but I'm still on vacation as far as my Etsy shops go. Etsy shops will reopen for purchase and orders on January 7th. So check back then. I believe that's a Sunday. So they should be, if I don't get to it Sunday, because I am working, we are finishing up stuff at work. If I don't get to it Sunday, they will be open by Monday morning. So check it out on Monday if you want some, like, discounted gifts.
Okay.
Haha. Yeah.
Nice.
Wahoo!
Yahoo! Alright, so, I have nothing. That's Kate's announcements. You can find the links to stuff in chat. So, last we left off. With the morning came the smell of warm breakfast for each of you, and notes written by Falcus suggesting you leave the tavern as quickly as possible, as people loyal to the Marquis were snooping about. Mentions of orphanage shenanigans. Hopper snuck out a window and into some alleyways, where they caused a violent riot by raining gold coins down from the rooftops while the others exited via the front door, interrupting a conversation between Falcus and Castigar on their way out. Following the commotion of the riots, the party eventually reunited with Hopper, and the group discussed how to fill their final day before the masquerade, eventually deciding on surveying the Marquis' property and walking about the grounds. Lionel suggested they could run in and attack the place, since they wouldn't be expecting them to do so a day early. And after no resistance,
No, stop,
and possibly
wait.
no resistance, Lionel ran off towards the manor and began causing quite the disturbance, alerting and drawing both the Umbral Knights and City Guard to the manor, as well as Duskkeeper Aelinor astride the Jabberwock a few moments later. As the party watched the chaos unfold, they could see familiar sights of Dax and Druck racing for the manor as well, and after communicating with them via magic, learned they were headed to the manor as they had seen Kenna Pashan enter the grounds as the chaos began to unfold. Ooh. The party reached out to Falcus and mentioned things may have been bumped up, and he agreed to meet you there as quick as he could. You all entered the property, met up with Dax and Druck, snuck into the manor through the second-floor balcony to see absolute carnage. The bodies of city guards, servant staff, and the remains of Umbral Knights were scattered about the place, all seemingly killed by Kenna Pashan, as mentioned by Druck and Dax. Eventually, a guard was encountered who said they were all in the ballroom and demanded that the Marquis be killed before perishing from their wounds. Drawn to the ballroom, you could hear classical-style music playing, and through the doors you could see a handsome, tall, pale elf dancing about a variety of people frozen in agonizing poses, wearing illusory masquerade outfits. The Marquis was also standing on the nearby stage where Kenna Pashan was bound in ropes. Druck was told to aim for the Marquis, and upon nearly killing him in one shot with his lightning crossbow, the fight began, and everyone on the opposite side surprised, aside from this pale elf, determined to be Aelinor. The combat was large, with numerous combatants. Druck and Dax focused on Umbral Knights, after the former brought the Marquis down with another bolt. While Hopper raced towards his unconscious form to retrieve the sword, Aelinor advanced on Hopper to stop them, but was stunned and effectively removed as a threat by a combination of Torger's stunning strikes and Vonkar's massive grappling form. Kenna eventually broke free from their restraints, banishing one of the Umbral Knights to ensure Hopper retrieved the weapon. Oh no. Retrieving the weapon, Hopper raced for the restrained Aelinor and plunged the sword deep into their chest. And after a moment of celebration, the illusions surrounding Aelinor faded, revealing the now deceased figure to be none other than Kenna-Pashon. With their death, the illusory Kenna-Pashon transformed into Aelinor, congratulating the party for helping him acquire his birthright, and mentioned he would bring everyone home. With both of the Lumen Spires in his possession, Oberon's and Queen Valestria's, he caused a potent arcane surge that sundered the manor and Port Crake as the roots of the world, the ley lines, shielded the party from the explosion, and transported them to a strange, otherworldly, but seemingly familiar garden. As you all got used to your sudden shift in environment, you could see the sky was weaving and flaring with numerous colors, like someone had splotched paint across the sky. In addition, colossal roots, now known to be the ley lines, were rising up all over the world and wrapping around the moon. As Auntie Gothel approached, looking down at you all, mentioning that it looks like you've gotten into some trouble. So, she continues to look down at you all. Oh, come inside. I have refreshments. Looks like you could use it. Yes.
Sorry. Who has joined us? Has it been since Volkus was in the area? Is he there?
We'll get to that in a second.
Our buddy was there, or our little teddy friend.
We'll get to that.
Lionel.
We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
So yeah, she looks down at you all in the grass. Come inside. I have refreshments. Looks like you could use it. And looks around, frowning. Oh, the others who didn't make it here should be all right. The roots listen to me quite well. And as you get adjusted to your sudden change of environment, you can see large roots similar to the ones that are now rising up towards the moon from various points of the world, receding back, and then there are some that are receding back into what form Auntie Gothel's home. You notice that Druck, Dax, Falcus, and Doe are nowhere to be seen. Lionel as well, but you never saw him after he bolted towards the manor to cause mayhem. Nearby, you can see a humanoid body, the Marquis, lying on his back, his arms blown off below the elbows, with his chest rising and falling slowly and his eyes closed. Stone-studded leather gauntlets engraved in runes lie near him, with the arms below the elbows still attached inside the gauntlets. The early morning sky is, or early morning, the sky, you don't really know what time of day it is where you are. The sky is covered in weaving bands of vibrant colors and the massive tree roots that reach up towards the moon. And the moon isn't in the same spot in the sky that it should be. These roots, now known to be the ley lines, wreathed in mint green energy, and even the air around you is different. Every few minutes it feels like a little tingle. So you only see yourselves, no Doe or Lionel. No Falcus, no Druck, no Dax, no Doe. And the Marquis lying nearby, like unconscious, no arms.
So just the people that we can see on the other side of this camera.
Yeah.
And
Sam.
and Vonkar.
And Vonkar.
And Gothel. Oh yeah, Vonkar.
And Auntie
All right.
Gothel.
Cool.
But yeah, you're clearly, you recognize her garden, but yeah, the sky is different. Like it's not the same. And the moon is not in the same place in the sky. It's almost like it's a little closer. And yeah, the roots of the world are all wrapped around the moon now, like fully wrapped around it.
Do I still have the sword?
You do. It's still in your hands, dripping with crimson.
Cool. I look down at it. I feel like I'm holding it in like a reverse grip, just
Sure.
on my lap from where I landed. And before coming here, I used all my spell slots. I was down to half health.
Yeah.
I just saw the dead face of someone who I considered a very powerful ally. I look down at the blood on the blade, go to stand up, and then turn my back to the party and vomit.
Okay. Yes, refreshments might be best for you specifically.
Proper popped.
Andrew's gonna stand up.
Okay, you stand up and it's... Yeah. The garden, it's Antigothal's garden, but it feels a little more grown out. The roots that form her home usually are like receding back from where you were all standing and kind of reform back into her home. And they're very similar in appearance to the roots that now wrap around the moon. Like she has some sort of control over them. And yeah, the Marquis's unconscious body lying on his back, just breathing slowly, no arms.
Hey, maybe guys, should we like try to talk to this guy, see if we can get anything else from him before,
I think
you
with
got any
his-
questions?
What exactly do you think we're going to get from him?
I don't know. That's kind of the big. That is the question. Is like I don't know what we would get from him. There's a lot
You-
that we don't know.
You can rot into nine hells for all I care.
And I think waking him, if you wake him, you run the risk of a shock.
All right. Well, I guess Gothel can always get another husband.
Oh, he doesn't interest me. He does interest me for something else. You all don't need him for anything.
An environment. Well, I mean, here, let me see this. Oh boy, this guy's.
He's a good
He made
lad.
a fist in this gauntlet. It's kind of hard to get it, isn't it? And he's grabbing it by like the bone. It's still
Oh, yeah.
juicy.
Cool.
He's just like
Gross.
trying to pull
They-
the
they-
hand out.
There's a lot of blood, so they slide out a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you got these
There's-
stone-studded leather gauntlets, and the stone pieces are like engraved in runes with like
Yeah. I imagine. Do they look similar to the runes that Vonkar uses, or no?
In a way, yeah.
Yeah. Grin's just throwing it over his shoulder in the direction of Vonkar,
All right.
and it's gonna work on the other one. Since Vonkar is his bud.
Can anyone make sure these aren't cursed or anything? Or
I could just
they're not
tell
gonna
you
kill
what
me?
they
They're
do.
not gonna kill me if I put them on.
Yeah, don't put them on yet. We'll take a look at them.
You're gonna cast Identify? Discern, sorry.
Antyr will wait till they get inside to do it.
Okay.
Uh,
So yeah, Vonkar will just like pick up the gauntlets then, and as you're Antigothal's just gonna like walk over the Marquis. You have no need for him. Are you sure? Last chance.
Let me see. Do I have anything on my person? Yeah, I'd like to do something.
Oh, go for it.
Thanks for being an asshole to everyone. He slaps him.
All right. Anyone else?
The Marquis not conscious right now, is he?
No. He's like blood is just like pumping out of his arm wounds, but he's still alive. Like something is keeping him like not dead.
Okay.
keep him not dead.
I'm gonna go over to his body.
All right.
I'm gonna place the sword at his neck.
Yeah.
And then cast Cure Wounds on him.
Interesting. Okay.
That is 10 hit points back.
Sure. He.
Just keeping the sword on his neck.
All right.
In case he tries to move.
Sure. The eyes open. The stumps, the magic heals the wounds, so now there's just like
Mm-hmm.
scarred over. looks up at you and just stares, doesn't say anything.
What were you doing with the Umbral Court? Tell me and I will end your suffering.
Doesn't say anything. Just smiles.
Hey, Harper, if you remember, we had a gears spell cast on us. Maybe he might have something like that cast on him.
Yeah, also, if he's trying to be bad cop, he's got to be bad cop all the way. So, like, you says, oh, hey, how's it going? Well, you got some problem, you should talk. Okay, ha ha ha. And then I want to go in and just rip out one of his front teeth.
Alright. Make a strength
This is why
check.
Torger's my favorite.
Make a strength check to do so.
Just strength.
Yep.
Got you. Right, so that is an 8.
Nope.
Okay, you got some really sharp teeth, but you knew what I was trying to do. And then I want to just put an elbow right on his jaw.
Okay. Are you attacking him with your elbow? Or are you just like resting it on his jaw, kind of deal?
Yeah, kind of resting on his jaw, and then
Sure.
also my chin on that, just like.
Okay. Still smiling, just not really phased.
Okay, then I am just gonna pop down on my own
Okay.
elbow.
Make an attack
Give him a-
with
so I
advantage
can-
because he's prone.
He's only got 10 hit points, guys.
Yeah, that's cool.
But he's okay.
Oh, that's 27. That's a 19
Oh, that hits.
plus 8. Yeah, okay.
And then whatever damage you deal, I'm gonna need you to reduce it by half.
Great. So I dealt 11 damage, so that's 6 damage
All right.
right on that jaw.
A little
Just
bit, little bit of blood trickles out.
So what I need you to do is to talk.
Grin's gonna fly over to Antyr,
Do you have any, like, mind reading stuff?
like whispering to him.
No, that's not what that's not my specialty, unfortunately. Seems like now would be the opportune time for something like that.
Hey, have you ever like been on dry land but drowned, Marquis? Do you ever done that kind of thing?
Just continues to smile and not speak.
Okay.
Oh,
Take a big breath.
No.
And then I'm going to pinch his nose and cover his mouth so that he starts choking on his own blood.
Ooh.
His weight.
Okay.
Trigger warning. I'm kind of torturing this guy, so I don't
Yeah.
want anyone to feel uncomfortable.
Just
But like, I'm also trying to tell Hopper, who I know is like a really nice, pure, kind person.
Yeah.
I have no problem with this grossness.
yeah.
This doesn't bother me.
Perfect.
This
As
has never been a problem.
as you're like doing this to him,
Mhm.
he just stares into your eyes, and you see his eyes kind of change briefly to like more like animalistic, like they go to like yellow glowing irises.
Mhm.
I need you. Wait, how does this work? Yeah, you feel this like your blood begin to like boil in its veins.
Mhm.
That's all. You just feel like your blood's boiling.
Grin's gonna like come in and say,
tell us what we want to know.
and it's casting command.
Cool. So, as you cast command, that tingle that's in the air flares a little bit. Roll me a d20.
Okay. Here we go. D20. 8.
8. Roll a d100.
Jam wow.
It'll make you say wow every time.
9.
Wow. Did you roll a 9 on a D100?
So as
Yeah,
you go to cast command, your hand tingles for a second, and you instead cast magic missile as a 5th level spell at the marquee.
Whee!
Roll me a. So 5th level magic missile. So that's gonna be like. So it's 3 darts.
8d4.
8. Yeah, 8d4.
8d4
No,
plus 8.
You
Oh,
you
it's,
roll 1d4 and then you multiply. You add that for 8.
Yeah.
So
So you're
Okay,
One times
1d4.
eight,
Here we go.
1d4 plus 1. And then,
1.
so 9 force damage. No.
No. 16.
So and he just goes
No.
back to being unconscious.
But I'm also right there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
magic missile always hits its target no
Almost
matter
hits the
what.
target?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he just goes
But
unconscious.
it's not something I can deflect.
Nope.
I didn't
Magic
mean to
missile
do that, I
always hits
promise.
its target.
All right.
I promise.
Let me.
All right. So now I just got to explain it to two of you. Hopper, you's being's too nice. Grin, you's being's too mean.
Death saving throw.
You's got to go 90%, and then they come to you 10%. You goes 90, they comes to you 10. If you
While
goes
Torger's
past,
saying
you
this-
goes too far. You goes
While
to
Torger's
90,
saying-
these comes 10.
While Torger's saying this, I'm just gonna take the sword and stab it through the Marquis's heart, twist, pull it out, and walk away.
Sure.
All right, I don't know what yous wants. I tries to help, and yous comes, you puts a period on the ends of this sentence.
Well, he did.
All right.
All right. Yeah, you just plunge it through his heart and twist.
That was not the Marquis.
What do you
I
mean?
don't.
The body
I
just
don't
the
know.
body lingers, still looking like the marquee.
So, Torger steps over the body, but like on the body, does that step, puts a foot on it to step over it to walk towards Hopper.
Okay.
Okay, gives me 1 second.
Yeah,
What's you
Grin
trying
does the
to
same.
say?
Steps
and-
on the body.
Oh, so he's
Yeah, we're
doing
just-
okay. What's you wants? You think I gives two nose blows about this guy?
Well, he did.
Hopper, how you's doing?
As he's dead, you can see like some vines grabbing the body and just like dragging him towards another portion of Auntie Gothel's garden. I'll keep that for later.
Yeah, it's probably going to be good fertilizer. He was full of shit.
You want to know how I am doing, Torger?
Yes, I wants to know how you doing. You seem like you's in distress. And I've been told that you ask someone in distress how they's doing.
I'll tell you how I'm doing.
Okay?
I just saw my mortal enemy is the man who killed my king. Stole his essence, put it and kept it in a stone.
Mhm.
Walk away.
Mhm.
I was tricked.
Mhm.
Do you think that feels good, Torger? Do you
I
think
didn't
it feels good to be tricked by your mortal enemy? Kill a very powerful potential ally in this fight. Be consumed by rage, so foggy, so blinding, that you cannot see the true evil in front of you.
Oh yeah, I bet you're not feeling too hot.
In other words, no, I am not feeling too hot, Torger.
Yeah, no, so I bet you're feeling pretty bad, huh?
That is one very simple way to put it, yes.
Yeah, I bet you's feeling lower than a subterranean centipede.
Even lower.
Yeah, that's pretty low. But you know what you's got to do?
What? What do I got to do, Torger? Tell me, will you? Tell me in your
First off-
infinite wisdom what I must do.
First off, I's never makes fun of the way yous talk. That's you go ahead and
Waiting
write that
for it.
down. I's never once said, oui,
Well, now you did.
Torger. You says my name's total crazy ways, and then you's got to make fun of me? Part 2? Being sad doesn't kill bad guys. But getting mad, ooh, I've seen mad work. So let's get mad. Let's go bust some ass.
I am not mad, Torger. I'm furious.
Ooh, yeah, that's good ammo. Let's use
You
mad.
do not want. You don't want to get in my way right now, Torger.
What? Who said I was getting in your way? I'm getting behind you. Let's go. I want you to unleash the fury.
You can see with the anger in the air and mentions of fury and vengeance and all this, Auntie Gothel's smile just keeps getting more and more wider, like she's enjoying the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of looming in the background. And you can hear in the distance, you can hear something being like what sounds like something's being mulched.
Beautiful.
Yeah, what you got, Hopper? What's this cooking up in your head right now?
Andrew's gonna start casting Discern on those gauntlets, so just gonna walk
Sure.
over and
Roll
begin.
a d20.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
As you feel
Also-
that tingle in the air just kind of like centers on you a little bit.
We had an 8, a 9, and now a 7.
Oh, perfect. Roll a d100. But you still cast, depending on what happens here, you might not cast Discern.
55.
55. Everyone, as you watch Antyr start to discern the gauntlets, the best person to have this happen to, you're all watching as Antyr is discerning the gauntlets, and Antyr, stuff's like getting in your face, like
Oh my
as
gosh.
you're focusing, and you all see as Antyr's hair falls out, eyebrows gone, hair gone. Antyr is bald.
Not
Andrew
again.
wipes. Yeah. Well, the partial cut.
Prestopecia.
It's a good joke. These are called Worm Reaver gauntlets. Originally crafted for ground-bound giant brawlers to fight against dragons and other enormous predators of the sky, these studded gauntlets are engraved with the dragon rune. While you're wearing these gauntlets, your unarmed strikes deal an additional 1d6 force damage on a hit. Additionally, whenever you finish a long rest, choose one of the following damage types: acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison. You have resistance to that chosen damage until you finish another long rest. As a bonus action, you can invoke the gauntlet's runes and summon 2 enormous spectral fists that envelop the gauntlets and mimic your hand motions. These fists can also launch themselves to strike distant opponents, returning immediately to your space after a hit or miss. Basically, unarmed strikes, if the spectral fists are active, a reach of 30 feet. So you can punch from 30 feet away. If you hit a creature with an opportunity attack with your unarmed strike, the creature must succeed in a strength saving throw or have the prone condition. Once the runes have been invoked, they can't be invoked again until the next dawn. So basically, big old gauntlets that make your fists. You can make big old spectral fists and just punch people from a distance. That's what those are. Vonkar's like, well, I'll take those.
Andrew just knees drop to the ground and is grabbing their hair.
Okay.
Whoa, what happened?
I don't know.
Magic's weird right now. Why don't you all come inside? Relax from the stress of the day. I will make drinks and everyone can talk about what's going on. And you can see maybe an old friend would like to see you all, I think.
Yeah,
Grin's gonna
alright,
start
we can
collecting
do
Antyr's hair.
that. While Grin is collecting the hair, I'm gonna dig into my disguise kit, and I'm gonna get my braided wig that I had for my
Okay.
Gretel costume.
Please tell me the pigtails do like the.
Oh, like a Pippi Longstocking.
It's not Pippi
Damn
Longstocking.
Hey, we
I
can
mean, we can
easily
put a-
remedy that.
We can put a wire through it and do some stuff, but it's just braids, and I wanna. It's not so much, but Maybe it can keep your heads warm while your hair grows back.
Grin probably would have been the first to notice, or at least hear, is soft, like almost like really, really contained, like sobs almost, like it's that deep breathing, trying to get themselves under control, as they are also grabbing at their hair on the ground. And as Torger offers this gift, Antyr turns up and just begins to bawl their eyes.
It's a shame you
Out.
didn't. It's a shame you didn't take Kenna's sovereign glue when you killed them.
Uh,
Yeah, that bastard.
it's okay. It'll grow back. I have plenty more years to do this. Thank you.
Wait, hold on.
But
Did you just change color?
I don't think so.
What?
I don't. Your
now-
antics, Torger.
So now, in addition to seeing violet, Torger also sees indigo.
Okay.
So
Nice.
if there's any inky blue spots, especially blue skin that is a deeper blue because of tears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now Torger
Yeah.
can see the
Cool.
streaks of tears in color. Your skin is still gray if it's blue. but
Streaks.
since so I'm seeing streaks.
Perfect.
Torger opens up his paint palette and puts his thumbs into the new color that he's discovered and gives you eyebrows.
Yeah, drawn on eyebrows.
Live.
but indigo on top of your blue skin. Now you have indigo eyebrows. Good, thick, painted on Groucho Marx Eugene Levy eyebrows.
Just follow the. Do they
Just
follow the
bone,
brow
just the
line, or
bone.
do they just go?
Yeah, well, like
Okay.
the brow line, like
Yeah.
I know what your face looks like.
I
I'm
know,
not
it was
gifted
more
at
like
making
a-
eyebrows, but like yeah, a little bit of a
This is probably the thickest Antyr's eyebrows have ever been.
puts the thing away. You can maybe shape them up yourself.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Grin.
It's funny.
Just
I don't know about you. This is gonna be my new bed.
I was
No, it
just-
is not.
I was gonna say, please, just don't eat it, Grin. You seem like the kind of guy
Grin.
who's
I
Takes
can
hair.
I can make a portable sleeping bag for you out of it, Grin.
No, we will not. Not with my hair, please.
It'll grow back.
Yes.
I can make it grow back right now if you'd like.
yeah,
No, you're
that's-
too eager for that.
Yeah, is you going to like make it try and grow back, but then all of a sudden we're all going to turn into like pigs or something? What's going on with magic here?
No. Come inside. I should be able to explain everything.
Oh yeah, you also said we got a friend in there. I
Yes!
like friends.
One, you left here quite a few weeks ago, and
The world.
Fucking word weave.
another showed up quite recently. Come. And she begins to slowly walk towards the house. You can hear the hump on her back. That's her first husband snoring.
Gross.
I'm keeping this on me, Antyr. Let me know when you want to use it.
He's got Antyr's hair over his shoulder.
I could make a token out of that.
No. We've had that before. Sort of.
It's so nice and smooth. I don't know, like a horse.
Yes, I took quite good care of it. Okay.
Hopper's just white knuckling the sword and walking in wordlessly.
Okay. As you all get closer to Antigothal's tree abode, you watch as the writhing roots begin to calm, settle, and reform into the giant stump-like home. The roots are safe for you, sweetlings. Come. She climbs up the steps of the house and enters through the front door. The subtle sounds of the husband that grows from her back, snoring beneath the shawls and moss that adorns her tall, crooked, emaciated form. I'll have rooms made up for you when my husband and the others return from foraging for our dinner. On the inside of the home is very much the same as the first time y'all entered, but now all the herbs and flowers that were dried and tied to the ceiling have bloomed once more, as if having never been plucked from the earth. The dead animals that also once hung from the ceiling are all gone, and their threads that all held them broken and snapped, like they all escaped. The floor is still a cold, hard-packed dirt and covered in sections of loose straw mats. A set of rickety wooden stairs rises upwards and descends downwards in the northernmost corner of the ground floor. Bubbling away in a kettle in the fireplace is Antygothal's special tuber tea. Scattered amongst the logs and flames are a selection of small animal skulls, covered in strange symbols that weren't present before the last time you were here. The dining table, which still strangely sits in the center of this large communal multi-purpose room, holds a familiar figure eating a bowl of leeches. You see a taller, bipedal white gecko wearing a familiar burlap outfit. You see Leek, minus the onion cloak. He was about 4 feet tall before, but now stands just under 6.5 feet tall. There's also more definition in some of his features, like he aged 20 or so years since the last you saw them. Best friends! It's good to see y'all.
Wait. Which one of us had the cloak of protection? That was the onion.
Grin did, I think.
You did.
Leek rushes over and tries to give everyone a hug. Just giving everyone a hug. This is definitely looks like Leek, but much older and taller. Now 6.5 feet tall, or just under 6.5 feet tall.
When you grow super tall, you got to watch out for your junk when you hug. Be careful.
Yeah, all right. And
It's a new fun. It's a new thing, but you got so tall.
it's good to see y'all. Mama actually has a gift for you. Mom, I think it's time you could give him the gift now that we're all reacquired. And
Yeah, so take it. It's
my
your-
cloak! My
It's your onion
cloak!
cloak.
It ties it back on and is gonna go back to attuning to it. Antygothal approaches. I know you've all been struggling keeping your belongings in check, and your previous bag was stolen by the tricky bandaged one. She smiles wide and she opens up her shawl, and where you'd expect to see like a feminine form, it's just Ken doll, like smooth and shapeless. Where her stomach is a massive void of darkness, and surrounding the void, like inside the void, are these tiny, like grasping, gnarled hands, like a bunch of them. And she's like, "Hold on, get out of the way, I have something." And she reaches one of her long arms into her stomach void and pulls out a horrific looking bag. It's made from a boar's head. Its hide is black and greasy, and the strap is clearly made of still wet sinew and flesh. The bag smells awful, like something has been dead and lying around in a humid climate for weeks. The opening of the bag is, of course, the boar's open mouth. And "It's my own little bag of holding. Who would like to hold on to it?"
Grin?
Yeah, I think Antyr would like to hold
No,
on to it.
far from it.
No, he said,
No.
he needs a pick me up.
So
This
the
is
funny,
do not
good
the
for
funny
Antyr.
thing, the funny thing,
Antyr needs a win.
the funny thing about this bag, if Grin was holding the bag, you wouldn't see Grin. It would just be a floating bag.
I got it.
Auntie,
What?
does it squeal when you
I don't-
stick your hand into it?
I don't know.
I recommend asking permission before you put your hand in its mouth. Yeah, you should probably ask nicely before you put things in me. And the bag just
Oh no,
talks.
I already have one thing that speaks to me. I don't need another. Torger, this looks
Yes?
something. This fits your whole grayness right now.
What you talking about? I can see 3 whole colors.
Gray, purple.
And purpley purple. It's the most beautiful purple that's ever purple.
This is Hildisvini. They are one of my companions. And she's petting the boar head bag, and he's just like, "Yes,
What was the name?
Hildisvini."
Hildisvini. Ooh.
It's a boar from like Norse mythology.
Mhm.
It's Hilda's what?
Vinny.
All right, Torger.
Huh?
Do you want the bag, or do you want me
I'll
to
take
the
it
bag?
if none of you want it.
Who
No,
said that?
use Antyr,
Leak.
Oh,
use more responsible with resources.
I don't
that is
like.
very true.
They're too fancy for me.
Oh, well,
I don't like
sorry.
the way they smell.
Smell too good.
Yeah, but you's going to give me away when I was trying to be quiet. You's going to stink up the place.
Oh,
Torger, that already happens.
What, that I stinks up places?
Yes.
What, you saying I've gone nose blind to my own 5th grade stink?
Yes. When was the last time you showered? Or bathed?
You got to do that?
Yes.
There's a noticeable reaction.
Does anyone want me or no?
I mean, I do. Here, give me.
That might look strange.
Alright, if you want me to have this...
I shake him up and down so that his mouth goes like.
Please stop.
Alright, Hilda's Vini, I'll go with you, but you's got to eat mince. I got to keep mince inside
That's
you.
fine. So it's a bag of holding. I'll add it to your character sheet. Strangely, the boar that this bag is made out of is still quite alive and can speak and understand Common, Sylvan, and Druidic. Any creature attempting to place an item inside or remove an item from the bag must slide their hand into the boar's mouth to do so. If the boar isn't asked nicely before retrieving or stowing an item, he bites onto the creature's hand and they take 1d6 piercing damage.
Emphasis on the nicely part, Torger.
I'll add it to your character
What?
sheet.
This is great.
It's a sentient bag of holding that will bite you if you don't ask nicely to use it first. I have added it to Torger's character sheet. The bag of Hildisvini.
Nice.
Adorable, borable, give me my things, please.
I've already added him under my allies.
It's it's grotesque looking. It's like a boar. It's a little, just a severed head. That's a bag. Well, now that we have that taken care of, we might as well have tea before the others get here. And she begins pouring out her normal clumpy gray tea into little cups, and then just hands you each a cup. And she just sits down at the table, Leek beside her.
All right. Wow. Who are we waiting on?
Oh, the others. Arthur, Mr. Arthur. Your one you may stay here. His companion Terry. Rattle, my other husband, and then Grundle, my little satyr companion. They're out foraging food for dinner.
When is dinner?
In a couple of hours.
Alright, Antyr's going to cross her legs, take out Cyphersworn, and take out Osa's spellbook, and is going to begin. What's that word? Transcribing.
Sure.
Chrono Recall.
So feeding the page into the book, or doing the blood one.
Oh, yeah, I can feed the page into
Yeah.
the book, can I?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
Oh, the book's like, I haven't felt fresh air in a while.
that. Apologies for that. Here, I'll give you 2.
Two sentient magic items. 3 sentient magic items now. You have Baba Yaga's Luminspire, the book, and then Hilda's Vini.
Hilda's a weenie. All right, I'm gonna do Arcane Eye and Chrono Recall.
Perfect. I assume you all have questions about what's going on.
Yep.
Ask away, dearie, my favorite. And she reaches a finger out and goes like a coochie coo under Grin's chin, just a little. And then she pokes your little belly.
It's still big from that.
What did he eat? Oh no, it got squashed out
Yeah.
because he
Yeah.
he was still full and he got squashed out in the riot.
Oh my god.
Also, Hopper, if you attune to the sword, you learn what it does, or you can identify it. Up to you.
I've seen what happens when Antyr casts Identify.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that inside the house, so I think I'm just gonna start attuning
Okay,
to it.
I'll add it to your. So that takes an hour. So I'll add that to your character sheet right now.
And I'm just sitting in silence during this whole thing.
Okay. You know it's a powerful sword because it has a name.
Barbara.
And it's called Barbara.
Barbara,
I added it.
vanity.
I added it to your character sheet. It's called Everthorn. Yeah, you're all sitting at this table. The tea is as clumpy and as savory as usual. What questions can I aid you with, dearies? Things have gotten weird, strange.
Yeah, so we just unknowingly killed one of the Leyland people.
That's all right. Things happen. It can be. I don't know what to say.
Neither do we. It's, seems bad. Seems like a bad thing happened. And it may have done the exact opposite of what we were trying to do.
Well?
What?
Well?
Oh.
With Prashan dead, Eleanor can release the Devourer from its prison if we can find said prison.
Antyr, didn't we get a premonition or something from a dream world of Feywild type business? Do you remember that? We rode on the back of a beast that was
Arcane's
Arcane's
Bane.
Bane, yes.
The Devourer of the Weave.
We spoke with your mother?
Yes, she's here right now, isn't she?
Oh, no. No, actually, I spoke with your sister.
Oh, which one? My adopted sister or one of my others?
Igwell.
She doesn't look like you.
Oh, adopted, yes.
Yeah, Igwell.
Yes. She gave warning. Oh, goodness.
Yes!
So much stuff.
She's just like stroking the roots that are like kind of still moving about on the ceiling, just like, yes, 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 oh, yes.
Wait, where's the...
And you still hear something like,
Antyr, for someone who spends a lot of time in books, you're having a lot of trouble looking through your own damn notes.
you can still hear like something being mulched in one of the gardens.
You play it base character, bitch. Alright,
You can ask me about the roots. Those are weird in the sky, are they not? You can ask me anything.
yes, are the roots... Okay, quick question, overlapping, a lot of things pieced together. The roots are tied to which tree in this realm?
The ley lines dance in harmony, crafting a tapestry known as the ether root, gracefully extending from majestic great trees named Eildir. These are boreal elders. Their roots cradle reality, time, and the very essence of magic.
Wait, so I'm sorry. I interrupted you very rudely. I was going to wait on my question, and I'll sit back in existential contemplation.
All right. Picture the roots currently unfurling in your world. And she points out the window to all the roots that are wrapping around the moon. Those are a gift from the everlasting arbor, nestled in the heart of the Drakewood Desert, the Eildir that presides over your world. As the roots wind their way, both far and deep, through the whole of your world, I stand humbly as a guardian of that tree, a steward of fate, weaving destiny's delicate threads. In each realm, in Eildir, graces the land, connecting it to the vast expanse of the scattering.
So either the roots we see now are the roots of this tree within the desert.
Correct. They are the ley lines.
All right.
Connected together to the other trees on the other planes of existence through something known as the ether root.
Was Kinna the only conduit?
Not Guardian Pashan was connected, their life force was connected to the prison of the Devourer. That is what their order was made to do, bind the life force of one individual to keep the prison intact. It was the only way of sealing the beast away, and now that the gods are gone from interfering with this world, they're beyond it. The arcane devourer, the arcane beast, the creepy space beast, isn't afraid, nothing to stand in its way now.
Well, that's not entirely true.
Ooh.
So wait. So we got a couple choices here, right? We can find out where it's locked up and go there, or we can keep an eye out and hunt down, Hopper's, you want to finish that one for me, Hopper?
Nemesis.
Nemesis, that's a good one. So we can hunt them down. Or
We have a third
can
option.
Look for this, or we can look for what they're looking for.
They probably know where it is, but if we were to get in touch with other lay guardians, there has to be a reason why Kinna was chosen, correct? Guardian Pashan?
They just chose to assume the mantle. They and the party discovered the remnants of that bastion in the north, and then they just sort of became a part of it on some whim.
Antyr, didn't they say that you were valuable?
Nah, they did.
That was
Why don't we just make you one of them?
that was Aelinor seeking to make the leader of the Ley Guardians an easier target than Bashan.
Oh, that's valid. But a guardian nonetheless.
Without
It's better than no guardian at
without
all.
their leader, the organization is crumbled. No more.
Uh-oh.
That was fast.
Scratch that feet.
That was like my foot. Oh. Okay, well, that's unless maybe you think that could work.
Probably not.
Probably not. All right. Well, two options then. We go after Aelinor directly, which I imagine, if I were Aelinor, I would probably go toward the tree. Where would this prison be?
Not in this place.
Is it within?
He also
Okay.
wouldn't be seeking to harm the tree. Because if your tree on your world ceases, the weave dies with it. Because your tree, the tree of this world, was the genesis of the Aeldir the First, birthed in the heart of the Feywild where we now reside. Nestled deep within the bosom of the Azure Court, upon the Weaver's departure from the Feywild, she plucked this arboreal gem from its sacred soil, transplanting it with care to her newfound abode, your world. And it stands as the beating heart of the Aether Root, the tether intertwining with the very fabric of reality and time itself. During the War of Ascension, the ley line succumbed to corruption, warping the very threads of fate down a treacherous and twisted path, a realm where reality takes on misshapen contours and meanders astray. It birthed a time of conflicting chronicles and fractured memories, a tapestry tainted by the infected ley lines. Those in close communion with these corrupted conduits found themselves straddling the thin veil between two divergent realities, the one we now inhabit, a somber reflection, and the one destined, the true thread. The everlasting arbor, in its ceaseless endeavor, strives to mend the fabric of fate. It beckons forth the grand restoration to weave back the true thread and resurrect the reality we were meant to embrace.
Well, well, shit.
So if we
Good
destroy
lovely.
the tree,
We destroy magic, as we know.
And should the everlasting arbor meet its end, an instantaneous demise would befall magic in the ley lines. Aelenor's grand design would crumble into dust, as would the grand restoration. Your world, untethered, would sever its ties from the scattering, and the very lifeblood of magical beings would slowly wither away. In days to come, those once resurrected by magic would return to the earth, their souls condemned to wander the realms, cut off from the plains of eternal repose. Now, should one entertain the thought of dismantling the everlasting arbor, the heartbeat of this world, a near impossible endeavor it would be. Guardians aplenty, myself included, would rise to thwart any who dare embark upon such a perilous quest, for the stakes are dire and the consequences far-reaching.
So don't fuck around and find out.
Just nods.
Alright, so really our only options are...
She tilts her head towards Torger. Yes?
Oh.
So, are you saying there is a tree that holds the whole world together by its roots?
Correct. The everlasting arbor in Drakeward Desert. Its roots extend throughout the whole of this world, deep and far. You were right all along. Isn't that exciting? What a coinky dink. That's just funny coincidental circumstance.
So, the world's kinda looks like this, and he like takes off his thing and shows the back tattoo of a tree and like roots around the world. He described to someone
Essentially.
once to help make a nice back tattoo for him.
Essentially, but it is rooted in the Drakeward Desert, its roots extending far and wide. And right now, with the infected ley lines from the War of Ascension, we are technically living between two divergent realities. We are currently living in the one we should not be inhabiting. The War of Ascension was never meant to happen. The Grand Restoration is meant to reset us on the right path, resurrect the true thread. And as a guardian of fate, a weaver of fate, that is my purpose.
hold on, I'm sorry. Maybe I missed something. But what is the true, like, if all of us are living and have lived in this fake or like divergent thread, if this new thread is restored, what happens to us?
Guardian Bashan, good question, because that's one of the ones I have written down. Guardian Bashan unearthed the somber truth, leading them to erect sanctuaries strewn across Del Nasra. These sanctuaries will become ensconced in stasis, shielding the few who find refuge from the impending tempest of the Grand Restoration. Within these pockets of suspended existence, those inside shall remain untouched as time renews outside. Regrettably, for those left beyond the sanctuary's protections, they shall succumb to the relentless surge of the weave as the thread unwinds. Guardian Pashan, bearing the heavy burden of pragmatism, understood the inevitability that not all could be spared. With a heavy heart they took upon themselves the solemn duty of salvaging what souls they could before the impending reset.
Right, so Harper, your nemesis, this guy wants to do this reset with this thing that will inevitably happen anyway. Is that right?
That is not entirely his plan. He seeks Arcane's bane, yearning to feast upon the potent magic fueling the Grand Restoration.
Yeah.
As the Restoration unfolds, magic shall surge to its zenith, as it is right now, and it will be a force both sublime and malevolent. Sublime! Both sublime and malevolent. The subtle shiver coursing through the air, that eerie tingle that brushes against your senses right now, it whispers the arrival of the Grand Restoration, and it has begun.
Oh. So if I'm thinking about this right, the Grand Restoration is like a meal. Like this guy's gonna eat it up.
The Weaver's son, in his audacious quest, yearns to grasp the mantle of his birthright. In his eyes, the magic, the ley lines, and the weave were meant for him and him alone. His mother, generous and wise, chose to bestow this magical bounty upon the entirety of reality. Driven by a desire swift and profound, he's yanked Del Nasra and the moon into the embrace of the Feywild, all to hasten the Grand Restoration. Now, with Guardian Pashan's demise, the insatiable devourer of magic stirs, poised to be unshackled upon the realms. So he seeks to consume the potent magic of the Grand Restoration, making himself the only being capable of harnessing it, and then the new world that becomes will be of his vision.
Oh, I see. So this is like God level stuff. Like he's gonna try to make himself a all-powerful being in the new world from this Grand Restoration.
He believes that his mother, the Weaver, the goddess of magic, should have given the gift to him, passed down not to all of reality.
Yeah, so we's got to stop his yanking, and if he's really hungry, if he's super hungry.
You should have said that.
But I was going to double down now. If he's real hungry, I've got 2 fish sandwiches for him to eat. Is that how you say it, guys? Yeah, fish sandwiches.
If Eleanor succeeds, the weave will be devoured and claimed solely by his grasp. Reality shall persist according to his singular vision. All forms of magic shall become unreachable by any save him. The gods, tethered to their faithful, shall meet their demise, severed from the bonds of their devotion. A fate I may not entirely disfavor, though my sentiments matter little in this.
There's another question, and it's probably because I wasn't paying attention.
That's fair.
But I didn't get all of it.
It's very confusing.
But what was the event that had this divergence happen?
The War of Ascension, thousands of years ago.
And who was fighting in this war? Like,
When Solfar ascended to become our Mathnin during the War of Ascension, a cataclysmic rupture ensued, reality fractured, and the ley lines along with the aether root bore the scar of the Weaver's absence, slowly poisoning the very essence of the everlasting arbor. This grievous wound thrust reality down a shadowed, aberrant path, one never destined to unfold. The true thread, the reality we were meant to traverse, was obscured by this divergence. The Grand Restoration seeks to unravel the threads, erasing the tainted timeline we presently endure and ushering forth the true reality we were meant to embrace.
Right, okay, so it happened because some person ascended to godhood?
And then consumed the essence of the Weaver. And then 6 years ago, a group of funny ones, Guardian Pashan included, resurrected the Weaver's essence to this world and set about the Grand Restoration as it was meant to be. Things are already moving as they are meant to be. I am just meant to ensure nothing is meddled with.
Wow. What do you guys? What do you think? Do we want to do anything about this, or
I would
do we
prefer
just let
not
it
for him
happen
to
and then
have.
take play and then just hide in one of those spaces?
Yes, but even if we hide in it, the idea that Aelinor, who obviously Hopper despises, and now I kind of do not like entirely for deceiving in a way that they did, would have control over the weave. They would essentially be what their mother was.
They would be solitary. No
Right.
god, the gods would die because those bound to them via divine magic would cease, and their worship would fade, their faithful would fade, and the gods would be powerless.
There's only a single entity, even speaking as like that, I wouldn't really call it a concept that I would ever want to have a singular form of, and that's time. But we know that time is not just one, it's multiples, but that's fine. I would not want to follow Aelinor. I would not want to be bound to Aelinor in any way because of magic. And to be honest, if all this happened and they ascended, transcended, the timelines reconverged to where we were truly meant to go upon, Aelinor would be the one controlling it. Is that really what you want?
I think it was,
Who's the
You, Grin.
to?
I was
You?
voting for Grin.
No. What do you mean? What? No. What do you say? Why would I want that? What are you saying?
Because
Okay,
you're
I see.
saying just let it happen, we reconverge, and who do you think has the weave at that point?
Oh, I'm not saying that's what we should do. I'm saying that's one of the things we could do.
Oh, I thought you were saying that you wanted to do that.
No.
Oh,
You
then my
could.
counterpoint. I would prefer, strongly prefer against it. I would much rather just allow Hopper the honor, privilege, glory of sinking that sword into Aelinor.
Yeah, we got the thing that can kill him. We might as well try and do that. But we also need to watch out. If he's wanting to do this, someone else probably is too. And if they write stuff in their image, like, this is a thing that we need to protect from a bunch of people, so we can't just kill this guy. We have to figure out a way to protect whatever they're trying to do from other people too.
Before you embark to track down Aelinor and Arcane's bane, heed this counsel. Allies shall be your greatest currency. I, with your aid, can weave a truce between the unseelie and the seelie courts, along with all who rally beneath their banners. Extend your reach further and seek the kinship of the neutral courts, for in unity lies the strength to weather the storm that looms on the horizon. And your world is now a part of the Feywild.
Antyr, didn't someone tell us that's something we should try and do? Didn't we have this conversation as a group that we wanted to bring the
We had
courts
plans to come
together?
visit you, but then
Oh.
Lionel went completely apeshit.
And now he is somewhere else.
Sorry, Leek, we lost your teddy bear.
Well, that's alright.
All right, so simple enough. We make friends. You and Tigotul, we would be deeply indebted.
Oh, I'm aware.
I look more toward Hopper being completely indebted to you because Faye is more of their realm.
And isn't it great that I saved you two from my jungle at the start of all of this? It's almost like I knew.
Like you knew. Oh, yes. Time has a funny way of doing that, and fate and all that jazz. So Hopper would be indebted to you if you were to extend the courtesy of making the courts do this again. Grin, we have the utmost pleasure of being in the presence of a small ward of one of the members of a neutral court, if I'm not mistaken. Your papa?
Oh, yeah.
Why do you get sad? Oh, wait.
The Rose
Well,
Court
this-
is currently out of commission.
Yeah, petrified.
What about the Patchouli court or the Coriander
Patchouli
court?
court?
There are
that
numerous
not-
courts.
Yes, they are
It smell
flower-based,
like
right?
patchouli?
I don't know. Is patchouli a
And-
flower?
Strangely, with this weird world now residing as part of the Feywild, traversing and finding these courts will be a little bit easier.
For the record, patchouli is a spice.
Same thing. Made from a flower or something. Torger, do you have friends who are powerful and strong? Maybe people who are good at punching things really, really hard.
Oh no, you guys are the longest friends I'd ever had.
Yeah, so
The longest or the only? I don't mean that mean. I'm just asking. You don't have any other friends?
None that you guys know.
Well, of course. It's people you know.
Yeah, but I don't know them anymore. I haven't seen them in like 6 years.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't go back. I tried. It's hard.
We could attempt to.
But once I fill out my book, I'll be able to find it.
Maybe we can make that happen sooner for you
What? Sooner than what?
than filling out your book. Why wait? We need allies.
What are you talking about?
We need allies in this war.
Great. But what's you talking about? You're talking about rushing, filling out about the whole world in a book? I'm going to do it faster than knowing it myself and figuring it out? There's gems in here!
No, what
Like-
I'm saying is you can put a hold on your book for a moment, right?
Okay. Alright,
But
I hear
we
what
can
you're
still
saying.
we could still return to the place you came to get
Yeah.
allies that you know.
Oh no, I can't go back there till my book's done.
Okay, so it's like a strict, hard stop.
yep.
No returning until your book is finished.
Well, yeah, also, there's only like a small number of us.
All right. Well,
I mean, I could try getting a small army of boggles, but I can't promise they'll be able to do much.
This
So-
is why I suggested seeking out the courts and the neutral courts. You're in the Feywild now, my dear Reese.
Yeah, let's do it. Do you have any recommendations on where to go first, or is there like a path that we could take? that takes us from
Unfortunately,
one to the other?
as a weaver of fate, I can't exactly give you the path to go on. That is for you to discover.
Oh, yeah.
If I
That's fine.
manipulate them a little too much, looks at Antyr, who knows what might happen.
yeah, crazy would that be? All right. So, Grin, a good place to start though would be the Rose Court. Maybe your papa had some documentation, some hides with words written upon them. Maybe they had exchanged messages between the courts, the other neutral courts.
I mean, yeah, he did, but it wasn't that. I mean, it was all kind of up here.
Oh, well, that's not useful.
Yeah.
So I would recommend Torger has a good idea. Always write things down. Create a paper trail.
Yeah, I mean, tell that to Papa.
Well, I can't. He's no.
I mean, you can, you just won't eat it because he's stone.
Oh wait, I thought he was dead.
No, he's petrified. It's stone.
Is he back? Oh. Right. Well,
Not many things can fix
I'm
that.
kind of set on the Patchouli Court being
Yeah,
our
it's
first
really
stop.
hard.
I don't know any other courts. Maybe are there any courts that you would maybe not recommend, but could you give us a quick rundown of potential courts that would work? Or do we just
know
kind of have
what?
to wander?
I've
No,
already,
Antyr,
I've,
This is the fair one.
I've already tweaked to fate enough as it is.
Antyr,
Did we
this
talk
is
to
a-
your sister?
Antyr,
Yes.
This is a fair wild. That's
Astute.
right. Guess
Yes.
what?
Mm-hmm. I can't guess. I don't know.
We pick a direction when we leave here, and we'll end up at the place we were meant to go. How does that sound?
Well, your world is in the Feywild. You would have to get off your world first.
Okay, when you say the word, do you mean the floaty place that we were on, or do you mean the whole thing?
It's scattered about.
Oh, lovely. We can actually use Dragonfly. We can use it and not be afraid. Before I was like, oh,
If
that's
you'd
crazy.
like. There hasn't been one of those flying in the Feywild for quite some time. It might not bring about the best outcome, as they were a vehicle used solely in the civil war between the courts.
True. Right, Hopper, do you have an opinion on this?
War is coming again. I do not see why it cannot be a warning to the other courts.
Do you know any other courts?
A fair few. Mostly
Good.
those who have already allied with the Summer Court.
Are you gonna be alright going to these other courts? Like, is there any bad beef?
Oh, there's a ton of bad beef between the seelie and unseelie courts. You might want to keep an eye on this one. Should their thirst for revenge get the better of them, they might be better use here. Kept away and safe. Your thirst for vengeance could spell the end of everything.
And
Just
to
remember,
go, while I am indebted to you, if you try to keep me from this, you will be the first to die, or I will die trying.
You could certainly try to do it, child.
look, alright.
I have seen how fate ends for each and every one of you, if that's any consolation.
Not really, it's kind of frightening.
I do not care what my fate is so long as my family survives.
Grin takes a big swig of the tater tea.
The tater tea.
We will keep. I trust us all here. Wait,
Do you?
where's Doe?
Oh yeah, Doe's not here.
I know.
Oh,
I think Antyr
they're
would have just registered
safe.
that.
The roots took each of them elsewhere.
Okay, well, if you say that, you have root control, so that's.
The roots listen to me.
We will ensure that Harper does not act irrationally. Harper tends to keep a level head. For the most part. And Harper is keen on making threats. But the good thing is, a lot of the threats haven't followed through, so.
Oh my god, brutal.
But I'll be honest, I'm really excited. I want Hopper to move around, because what's the best thing for someone to do? Live in the space they got, and there's so much more room in this fishbowl than they've been growing. There's plenty of rooms for anger and hate, and we need to direct that.
Yeah.
I think if we keep putting them behind the gag, we's gonna ends up hobbling ourselves.
Yeah. You know what? I think the first place we go is the Sealy Court. Right, Hopper? Because then you can tell them the plan, and as long as we get them on board, then we can branch out from there, and they can give us a lead on who else we might need to bring into the fold.
You will also need to convince the Sealy Court to align with the Unsealy Court. That is a task in of itself.
Well, I mean, it's something
That's
that
where
we
you
gotta
come
do,
into
right?
play.
Might as well start somewhere.
Correct, and here that is where I come into play.
We'll do the
Question,
initial-
Justin.
Yeah.
I might be getting my two lores up
Yeah.
mixed up. But is it consistent that Titania and Mab are siblings, or am I thinking of different Fey lore?
You got different Phalor, my
Green
guy.
Map. Great. Thank you.
That might be.
I'm playing two
that
different Fey
sounds,
characters with two different
that-
lore, and it's real confusing.
That sounds more like some Arthurian stuff than what we're
It's
currently
definitely
doing.
more Shakespearean Fey than D&D Fey.
Yeah, that's
And I get them
totally
confused
different. Totally
sometimes.
different.
Yeah.
Just remember, just because the Seelie Fae call themselves the good ones doesn't mean they're entirely good. All Fae creatures like to tempt and mess with mortals and beings. We're all a little tricky. We all like to make bargains. Any bargains.
Harper, have we made any bargains before?
Not with me.
No, but Harper, have we made any? Me and you. Are you of that inclination of making bargains and
Let me check my notes, because I was initially keeping a very close watch on whether or not I've made promises with anyone.
Yeah, fun fact, if a Fae makes a bargain, they have to fulfill it.
I don't think I've made any bargains with
So
them.
whenever a Fae says, I promise, they have to fulfill said promise. That is how Fae work.
that's what they say, I promise.
Oh, guys, just so you guys remember, Falcus has our sending stone.
And you've already used it today to
Oh.
talk to him. That's when you told
Yeah.
him to come to the manor. Yeah.
Just a reminder.
I have not made any deals with Antyr.
Antyr. All right. I could try something. Oh wait. No, I can't. Never mind.
I'm gonna get more tea.
Just right by the fireplace, like right beside the table.
He wants to slip something in the tea.
Okay, slide a hand check. What are you trying to slip in?
Let's see. I was gonna slip in an umbral fruit,
Certainly, go for it. Slide a hand check
but
against everyone's passive perception.
13.
14.
I don't know what else to do with it, and I think this would be fun. Whee! Natural one.
Natural one, yeah. Everyone sees.
You just
Yeah, everyone sees Grin put
Oh,
the
whoops.
umbral fruit in the pot of tea, and he goes like, "Oh, that one's useless, dear. It's not going to do anything.
Okay.
Ladles puts
But
it in
I
his
can
mug.
do something with it." And she holds out a hand.
Okay. Blunk.
She just like looks at the fruit longingly, just tilting her head and smiling at it, and just staring at it.
I have fun with that.
And then there's like a couple minutes later, there's like a knock on the door, and the door opens, and stepping into the home is a very not very emaciated, but like a hard, rough-looking Sir Arthur Wordweave. The facial hair is not well maintained. He's dirty. He just looks like he's having a terrible time. Terry, his like rotund pink goblin companion, is just happy. Grundle is the satyr who speaks in rhyme, wearing like the jester outfit made of dead fish, and he's just there. And then there's her other husband, Rattle, which is just the upper half of the skinny, emaciated Baldaladrin who's like scurrying around on his hands. And like wraps around Andy Goth with like a scarf, because that's where he tends to stay.
Oh, that's how that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But he also wears like a smoking jacket. So he actually like takes up one of the empty chairs and just sits there and just looks at you all. Arthur is just like, "Ah, the ones who abandoned me."
No.
We kept you safe. If
We.
you recall, that whole place
Safe?
was bunk. Yeah.
Yes.
You're still
quite.
alive, aren't you?
Who knows?
We also there was a few other things. We made a major improvement to your abode.
We did.
What do you mean?
Let's just say we've tacked on a few years to the abode.
Well, it's given you a few new stories to write down.
About 5, if I recall.
I'm done with
Maybe.
stories. This whole place is myths and legends and stories. There's a fucking spider who lives somewhere who tells myths to people and fairy tales. Fucking the pumpkins talk. No,
No.
done.
So Arthur, your voice has changed over this time. Is this new for you? Is this?
I don't
is this-
care. The facade is dropped. This place has ruined me.
Guys, we broke Gilderoy Lockhart. We broke him.
Do you need look?
Torger leans over to Hopper. You see, even those I know, Arthur word weaves, he sounds weird. I's not going to say a thing. That's called manners. So be cool. Okay, Okay, Hopper?
Like, this place is strange. You're strange, pointing at Andy Gothel, pointing at everybody else. Like,
You wanted to work with us, monsieur.
I didn't expect to be brought here.
Oh, don't worry. I mean, we can always take you back.
Sure.
Yeah, we probably want to stop by that town anyway. It's been a long time.
And to be honest, probably I will say, with what is awaiting you back home, this probably might be better.
Oh, that's just Antyr's opinion.
That's true.
Hold on a second. He pulls out, like, a little device, like a spyglass, and he looks through it.
You're welcome.
Disposables the Cindy of Embers and its
And just
protections
looks
are
at all of you.
compromised.
Why are there children in my home?
Surprise!
Right.
Your dad.
I'm going to remain here.
You might want to. Do you want a pampering?
No,
I could help you look. Okay.
I don't like the pampering here.
Well, it wouldn't
Don't
be
ask for
from them.
don't ask for pampering.
Okay. I was offering my
No, you
services,
should
but-
ask for pampering. We're
Far from it.
quite good at it.
As you see,
Well, it's been a while since I've had my nails done.
Andy Gothel looks upward and goes, "We need some pampering." And there's like a scuttling on the ceiling. And descending from the ceiling is like this hairless koala, almost. No mouth, no eyes, like a featureless, hairless koala. But it's got like spider legs. And at the end of each spider leg, like fused into the leg, is like scissors, brushes, combs. And it kind of just like descends over Grin.
Ooh,
Like menacingly, but like all of the tools kind of out and extended.
the rings are sensitive. Careful.
And just starts to do your nails and
Grins out like this.
yeah,
I think
do you
I think
want
she's-
some pampering?
no, far from it. Thank you, though.
no. I think she needs to maybe do some work on Arthur over there.
Oh, it's only if they consent.
Oh, okay. Arthur, you looks like you need some TLC.
No, I'm going to my room.
Oh, you have a room.
Okay.
That's lovely.
We all have rooms somehow, and he just walks upstairs.
Oh,
Oh, hey. Ooh, that's nice.
It's got like a horse brush, and it's like scrubbing all the dirt off of you that's accumulated.
Ooh. Ooh. I've been trying as hard as I can, but I can't get this hunk of meat out of my tooth back there. Can you get a hold of it?
It reaches one of its like long appendages into your mouth and just like gets it out.
Grin's head like hinges. Like
And as it pulls the scrap of meat out from your teeth, it kind of just puts that in like a pouch that it has somewhere.
Ah, Ah, gosh, it's been so long.
You all might as well check out your rooms before you leave. Think of this as your home for the time being if you'd like. While you're here, you're safe from prying eyes and creatures I don't want here.
All right.
I have to go tend to the shrubbery. The mulching is done now. And she kind of just goes out the front door.
Well, if you guys want to take bets on what she's doing with that umber fruit.
No. I don't want to even imagine what is
If
happening.
any
with
of you look out the window that's right here, you can see the Marquis's body has been repurposed into a scarecrow.
Oh, fun.
No, I'm Scarecrow.
Oh no, there's arms
Okay.
now.
I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't see any crows, so I don't know what's scaring besides me.
tell yourself a crow.
No, I don't think so. I'm a crow because I would have said it's a scare Torger. You see what I did there? I took the actual thing I said and then I applied it to the conversation, not just making things up like you do all the time.
When do I make things up?
I don't know. I'm feeling sassy today. I'm kind of on one.
I could tell.
Like,
All
I'm
right.
feeling kind of sassy. All right,
Probably
what's the plan?
before we go and retreat for rest, I think we need to come up with a plan that we want to do.
I mean, there's a whole lot of talk about fate. And anytime someone brings up fate, I just want to just start walking in a direction and let stuff happen as it happens. But
you want to leave it
I'm not
to-
always right.
So we can leave. I think it's a good idea to visit, at least have Hopper revisit the Sealy Court. Unravel what has been happening, what will happen, and then get advice on which neutral courts could be potential allies, maybe that the Sealy Court would be okay with.
There is one possible hiccup to that plan.
You like hated by the Sealy Court or something?
It's
Hmm,
possible, but not the point I was trying to make.
okay.
I'm pretty sure most of the Sealy Court is not at the Sealy Court.
It's fine, we only need a few. They have messages, right?
Yes, but they may wish to remain in hiding.
Well, I don't think this really can constitute for them to stay in hiding. But it's worth a shot. If you don't think it's worth it, we don't have to do that. We can try what Grin said and just walk.
It is a matter of fate, as Grin says. If they do not want to be found, they will not be found just by us.
Alright. So once we visit the Sealy Court, we at least have a word with some, hopefully with as many as possible. We begin to have word spread. We send the word to Antigothel to allow her to do whatever she does to converge the two courts together.
Yeah, Mama's real powerful. She can do all kinds of stuff.
Perfect. And then from there, maybe we get a hit list of which neutral courts we can visit. We visit them, gonna rally as many as we can. Then what? We return when we think we have an adequate number of individuals to help.
I
We
mean,
go look for.
we're supposed to align the courts. Well, how many courts are there? Did we even get a number?
There are 8?
There's endless. You have the primary courts, the Sealy and the Unsealy, and all the courts that fall under their banners, which are like endless.
Okay.
And then you have like an endless amount of neutral courts. It's kind of just
Okay,
like
so we're We're looking for numbers of people, not courts, probably. Like
Yeah.
whoever has the most people to add
Yeah,
to fight.
I'm sorry. I feel like we just need to focus the silly and unsilly, and once we sort that out, then everyone else will kind of be easier.
It will have been a very long time since Cecilia and Uncilia have been united.
What was it that united them before?
You don't know.
It has been so long, no one knows.
Wow,
But I do
beans.
know at one point they were a single court.
Well, maybe that's where we should look. See if there's any books on that, or see if there's, more information regarding like how they might get along. And then if we like patch the right things up, maybe it'll, grease the wheels.
We could just allow Antyr to do that. She has more sway.
Looks over at Leek.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you know,
looks
Mama's
back at Antyr.
Mama's got lots of capabilities. During the whole course of this conversation, Grundle and Rattle are in the process of like butchering the animal they brought from their hunt. It's like a dog with a human face
Oh,
that Antyr, Hopper, and Grin are probably recognize as a Yeth hound. And they're just like scraping it off, just getting all the skin off, cleaning it.
Probably something that Noose.
The face gets hung up on the wall.
ooh.
All right.
Maybe we should have a sleep on it and then reconvene.
That sounds good. Where are
Leek's like, I can show y'all. They're upstairs.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
okay.
head out.
Leek will lead you all up the winding staircase that's very creaky and crickety and crooked.
Hey, Luke.
Yeah,
What do you remember from our time hanging out?
everything.
Yeah, what's that mean?
I remember everything, every little thing.
That's a heck of a memory.
Yep.
How do you feel?
New.
Do you remember how you felt towards the end?
Oh, yeah. Now I'm harnessing it,
What's that mean?
using it to my advantage.
But before, it was like you were
Remembering
You
someone
remember
else's
the-
memories.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm completely new. I'm my own person now. Mama's very powerful.
Oh. Um. So, how different is that?
I'm older,
Yeah.
and I'm
Well,
not
you're a big strong
technically.
guy.
And then punches him in the shoulder. lightly.
Technically, I'm not called Leek anymore. I'm Leek the Second.
Oh.
You want to be called Junior?
Nope.
Okay.
Mama's
Nope.
Mama's really good at stitching people back together.
Mm-hmm. You got any stitches?
Nope. I'm just new.
Oh.
Woke
Okay.
up in the dirt with all my memories. And the walk up the staircase is actually like surprisingly long. Like it shouldn't be. You pass by doors, like the doors are built on the spiral staircase, like on the walls. And there's like a door that says skinning. There's a door that says retrieval. Just a bunch of weirdly named, possibly like malicious, malevolent names. And then you get to the top, which is like you're kind of in the boughs of the tree, and it's a bunch of different doors. One is leaks. It says leak. All the other doors have your names on them, as well as like Arthur, Terry, Grundle. Just a bunch of names.
I want to look at the fresh horror of Arthur's room.
Okay. The door's unlocked, and you open it, and Arthur's kind of just sitting on the edge of his bed. The walls are what can only be described as skin. The curtains, skin. The ceiling is just a bunch of like eyes that hang down on strings that kind of just keep a look at things, and the eyes kind of move around occasionally, like look around.
Fun.
And he's just sitting on the bed, just staring at a nearby wall. Just, yeah, this is hell.
Oh, but kids are worse.
Yeah. You all have your own rooms. I hope they are fresh nightmares as well.
All right. Have fun.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's just
Poor
doors.
Arthur.
Everyone's name's on them. There's also doors that have question marks on them. Yeah, it's all really weird.
Hey, Antyr.
Yes.
Uh, come with me. Ugh. I want to show you something in my room. Let's go.
Okay. I follow Grin.
Okay. You go into Grin's room, and everything, all the furnishings are just like fresh skin couches, skin sofas, skin chairs, skin bed. The floor is like covered in various lumps of fur, but like lumps. The ceiling is what can only be described as a giant skin that's like puckering a little bit. There's a window that's currently closed with curtains that are like very thin and misshapen. That's about it.
Yes. Is this what you wanted to be
I'm
showing
just
me?
gonna shut the door.
Good luck, guys.
Do you want to share a room?
Antyr, come on.
What?
We need to be extra careful.
Regarding?
Everything.
Because.
There are tricks happening all over right now.
Do you care to explain?
Looks. There's probably eyes, right?
Where that pucker is in the ceiling, you can see a little eye like poke out occasionally.
Are there any ears?
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna like look at the ears.
Let's see, what can I do? You seem nervous. Can't do anything.
Well, while you figure that out, Hopper, Torger, and the others, as you're all kind of like on the landing where all these doors are, you can hear something like humming, and you can see like a slug, like a 3 foot tall slug, with like the face of a chubby little cherub-like boy,
Wham wham wazzle.
kind of just with a broom, just kind of sweeping up here, and he looks, hello. There's like a pale, bulbing, like bulbous, pale, bloated slug with like a cherub-like little baby face kind of sticking out of it, just sweeping. Hello.
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 Torger, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, you got me. What's up?
I wanted to apologize for the way I spoke to you earlier.
I understand, and I feel like I wants to cut you off, and I wants to say, stuff those sorries in a sack, my friend. I want you to stay mad. I don't want you to have to hold back. I do. Look how broad my shoulders are. Look how broad they are. Look how big I am. I'm mostly muscle, and I want you to know, you can keep trying to shit on me, and I'm just going to move out of the way. Also, and I want to quickly flick Hopper right between the eyes.
Perfect.
He lets you.
I want to flick you right between the eyes, really quick, and be like, "That sucks, but you know what sucks more? Is forgetting what you do, why you do what you do. And sometimes we has cupcake battles, and sometimes we get things stolen from us, and sometimes they don't just let you go to the fucking carnival when you says you wants to go to a carnival. So what you needs to remember is why you's going to do something. And I'll never stop flicking you right between the eyes to help you remember. Also, I wasn't kidding. I's not going to stand in your way when you want to do the things you need to do. But I'll get behind you. And I'll make sure that your hand keeps driving through that guy's heart. If he's even got one. He's probably got like a butts where his heart's supposed to be. He's probably gross like that.
Probably not just a butt.
Yeah, it's probably like all sorts of gross stuff.
Roger, I think I've realized something.
Yeah, what's you realize?
I think I've been lying to myself all these years.
Yeah, that sounds right. But what you think he's lying about?
I don't think I am a good person.
That's only something good people say. Because you know the difference. That makes you better.
Right now, I do not think I want to be a good person.
Yeah, you don't guts to be. That's the other good thing.
I think I am a bad person with rules. Good people do not need rules.
That's where you're wrong. The rules is what goods people make to help make sure they're different than the bads people. Bads people don't know the difference. But yous do. You don't guts to be anything other than what you wants.
I'm afraid I will do things I cannot come back from.
You know, you also don't have to do that. You don't have to do anything that makes you feel any way other than great.
This is
And
not
if-
the time for greatness.
Okay.
This is the time for crimes. For the good of all.
Well, if you need a friend who helps you do crime times, let's do it.
To the crime times. And I clap Torger on the shoulder.
All right, let's do crimes.
Hello. You can still hear that slug
Oh,
saying.
fuck.
You can still hear that slug saying hello as it like sweeps around the area.
Hey, how's it going, Slurms McKenzie?
Hello.
What's your need?
Hello.
Hello, how can I help you?
Hello.
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 Okay,
Antyr and Grin behind the door can just hear like one voice saying hello.
All
just
right,
constantly.
could you point us in the direction of a room we's going to stay tonight?
Hello, and just gestures with the broom to two doors that have your names on them.
All right. Hey, would it be a crime if we stayed in a room that wasn't ones that got our name on it?
Nods and says hello.
Crime times. And I go to
Alright, so he wants
Torger's room.
I was going to say, all right, let's have a sleeps over.
Okay. Torger's room is just a lot of skin again, skin and hair.
Can I peek into my room and just see what the ambiance is?
Skin and hair and heads. Yours has severed heads. Just like a chandelier made of just severed heads. The candles in the
yeah.
mouth. Just hollowed out heads with candles inside.
That reminds me of someone. So I'm gonna dip into Torger's room
Okay.
for some crime
times.
times.
To ask you, Hildovini, does this make you happy? Does it looking at all these heads?
Yeah, these are the people who tried to back out of one of Auntie Gothel's bargains.
Oh, okay. Do you do that kind of thing? Is that's why you use a head?
No. She just really
Okay.
she just really liked me, and then one day I died and she wanted to keep me around.
Haha, that's nice.
Thank
Let me
you.
get some chin scratches.
Thank you so much.
You okay? We got to get you to not stink.
It's
I don't
impossible.
think it's mean to say that you stink. I think it's just.
Oh, I know. I can smell it.
You guys can smell too.
No.
Wait, hold on. Do you see color?
No.
Ha! Cool. All right, let's hang out.
I can sing lullabies if you want.
No, that's cool, man. But do you ever date anybody that you's like, oh, I don't want to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that game. How about you, Hopper? You ever go on a dates and you're like, whoa, this is gonna be weird?
To be honest, although I was raised in the Feywild, no. Dating
Pretty
life was
cool.
fairly simple.
Oh, okay.
Although there only was ever one person that I dated. You're staring at me like you want me to divulge more information about my love life.
No, it just sounds
Yes.
sounds pretty nice. Hildovini, be cool.
Okay.
We'll talk about manners.
sure.
I've learned it once, but you just got to be cool.
Manners. Got it.
Can I make an insight check on Torger to see if he wants me to tell the story?
No, but I am gonna stare at you like this.
Not very good.
If you wants to say anything, use cans. You can ask questions. You can tell your own answers. Whatever you needs. What's gonna make you feel weird? Do you want me to say something weird and then you won't have to feel so weird about your stuff?
Well, right now, the way you are staring is making me feel a little uncomfortable.
Well, is it because my eyes are 2 to 3 times the size of your eyes?
That may be it. It's also possibly because I can see the entire white of your eyes. Your lids do not cut off the top of your sclera.
Yeah, I get kind of scared sometimes that I might need eye drops all the time.
Do you want some eye drops?
No!
God, Caleb.
What's
Her name is Lila.
Oh! I put the little I roll the pig's head underneath my head,
Oh,
and then put my head on top of their head, and we both just
that stink
Well,
might stick.
little toesies kicking up back there. If I stick, I'm gonna rip chin hair out, and I'm not super pleased about it, but this is too cute.
Her name is Lila. We met at the summer court. She was an apprentice to one of the Tanya's ladies in waiting. I was a squire,
Oh!
and I don't know. We hit it off. She invited me to her father's house during one of the festivals.
Classic festivals romance.
And there was only one bed. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
It is true what they say about rabbits.
Let's just say,
Oh, sorry.
No,
by
he's cool. That's
winter
cool.
solstice.
We'll have to whisper that. Sorry. Go on.
Let's just say by the next summer solstice, we were engaged.
Oh,
Ah,
wow. You guys move fast.
well, it is. Well, the Feywild moves differently in the flow of time. For us, Harengon, who do not live as long as much of the Fey folk who live there, life is rather short by comparison.
Hmm.
But we made do.
Hmm.
It was simple. I would train in the summer months,
Mm-hmm.
and then in the winter I would stay at her father's workshop, where I learned how to do this. And I show him my my gauntlet with all the gears and the little twinges of magic in it.
Wow.
He taught me the art of arcane invention.
Hmm.
This was one of the first things I made under his tutorship.
So you had to choose between career and love again, huh?
Can I be honest with you, Torger?
Yeah. Yeah.
I am not really a knight. I never finished, never graduated from becoming a squire.
You know, I've heard about so many people that happens to. You'd be surprised how many people they get so close to being a knight, and then they just goes, close enough, and then they do like a thumbs up. Ooh.
Well, no. That wasn't exactly what happened to me.
Wait, what happened? You says you got close. What happened?
Well, I was returning home to announce that I was going to be promoted. When I came across a portal. About 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly I was here.
Wait, so then you don't know about Lila?
I know she is safe with our children. But I do not know where she is.
I knew it.
Wait, hold on 1 second. You never got to the wedding. What was your theme?
Oh, no, we got married about 8 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I was training to be a squire for a while.
Uh-huh.
I-
Hey, everybody's on their own timeline. You know, sometimes they say there's like 4-year program, and some people takes like 5, 6 years, 8 years. A lot of people go to night school for 8 years.
Well, I was only supposed to graduate after 6. Granted, I was the only Arcane in the class, you could say.
And you know, they say that everyone's got equal training, but you know, they's making it harder for Harrigans. I gets it.
So I've not seen my wife or my children for 4 years.
Wow. And you've just made it very clear that sometimes you've got a shorter life. That's got to weigh on you pretty much, huh?
Every day.
Hmm. Reaches over, but gently pokes the same spot that he flicked. Bink, 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 bink. Yeah, you've got a lot in that brain. We got to put some of that. And then he taps on the sword. He taps on the hands. And then he taps just a little harder. right where your heart would be. We got to get you out of your head. We gotta get you fighting with your hands and your heart. Because you're holding back, right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
you're
possible.
holding back. Yeah. You ever leg wrestle?
I have wrestled, so not solely with the legs.
Yeah. Let's wrestle. We'll wrestle. And I'll tell you about the time a bunch of orc princesses milked me.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
Oh, been there.
So you were milked?
Oh yeah,
Plus-
I don't got any dating stories, but I was milked once. Or twice.
What do you mean by milking? Like milk was poured on you, or
You's being obtuse now. You know what the fuck I mean.
all right? We have established that. That is exactly what I was thinking.
Mhm.
Let's get to the wrestling.
Yeah, it's much more pleasant. Let's wrestle.
All right. While the two of you wrestle and tumble in Torger's room, the conversation that continues with Grin and Antyr before we go to break.
Nat 20 athletics.
Nice.
All right, I'm gonna roll athletics. Oh, you're gonna. What's the total?
20. I have a 10
Okay.
strength.
Beat my 11.
Wow. So, Antyr and Grin, the conversation that you two were having while that was going on.
Antyr takes her finger, and they're going to seeing Grin look around suspiciously around the room.
Okay.
Antyr is going to try to like muffle but point and kind of hide their lips to not be seen,
Yeah.
and is going to for the purpose of this will oh yeah, I'm limited on this spell. I forgot about that. Oh shit. Gonna cast a message and
Okay.
whisper to Grin. Hide your lips, but be frank. It's gonna be a low, quiet whisper.
So, uh, I I enjoy hanging out with Gotha and Leek, but there's other stuff going on there, and we gotta know. You gotta know we're getting paid. Like, it might just be a fun getting played, like a lot of Feywild stuff, and they're helping us out. But I mean, I can't help but think that if we stop this guy, someone else is gonna sneak in there and take it instead. Not saying we shouldn't stop him, but we gotta be prepared. And part of me thinks something's going on here. And I'm pretty darn sure that Leek is kind of Arthur's eyes.
Another casting. All right, we stay on guard. We stay aware. We handle as much as we can. I mean, as she stated, she controls fate, so I think we're kind of stuck, no matter what way we go, if she decides to go a different way.
Maybe. But, we need to ask her questions and then ask for promises. She can't take back a promise. So, we need to get something. Some level of assurance.
Lex, I'm sending you a
I'll
message.
say out loud.
I'm sending you a message, by the way, Lex,
Okay.
just so you're aware, in case you forgot.
You're right.
While he's doing this, Grin has laid out Antyr's hair in strips,
Mm-hmm.
like a few hairs and then another few hairs, and with his weaver's tools, was like,
What do you want me to make for you? Bowl? Hat? Necklace?
Nothing.
Okay,
You make yourself something nice. It's good hair.
it is.
I know. Grew it myself. All
you
right.
just see him weaving it into braids.
Macrame owl.
Well, do you hear that? Does it sound like banging around coming from outside?
Victory!
Would we be able to hear?
So funny enough, you can't hear what goes on in the other
Damn it.
rooms,
Oh, okay.
even though they're
from a
like
light
very,
rumble of the
even though
floor.
they're very close. Oh no, not even any sensation
Oh,
from the
okay.
other rooms. The only thing you were hearing outside the room was the hello from that slug thing that the two of you didn't see.
All right, let's. I'm keen with hanging out here with you for a bit.
Right.
Your room is frightening.
I'm
just gonna
pretty sure
distract
yours
myself.
is too.
Yeah, well, I don't want to test it. Anty's gonna start pulling out their alchemical set and is going to fiddle with alchemy while Grin weaves.
Okay. You all kind of spend your time doing whatever for the next hour or so, 2 hours. Eventually, the dinner bell chimes from downstairs, and strangely, that is a noise you can hear from these rooms. And as the dinner bell chimes, we're gonna go to break. We'll be back in 10 minutes and pick up from there. So we shall see you all after the break. still muted. Hello, everybody. So, yeah, you're all in your little rooms hanging out, and you hear the chime of a dinner bell that rings in your rooms. And kind of like a face that comes out of the wall in each room, like a human face. You're being requested for dinner downstairs. And the face is kind of back into the wall.
Cool. Grin has been just making braids out of Antyr's hair that you could then tie one end to the other and have it be like a circle, like a loop for either a necklace or wristband, anything. But it's just got a bunch of braids now.
Perfect.
That can be eventually used or taken apart and used to build something else.
Antyr during this time with the alchemy set has taken one of the parasitic worms.
Yep.
Is it still alive? Are they dead?
Probably not at this point.
True.
Nothing really to feed on.
Yeah. Antyr's just trying to fuck around and find out, like trying to make something out of these. He has some components. But that's what they would have spent time on. If it was alive, it would have been a different story. But yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense.
Sure. Noted.
Yeah.
The chime of the dinner bell calls.
Are you hungry?
What food they're preparing? No, but
Oh, well,
Let's
the
go.
thing they brought back is like, I mean, that's good food.
in whose world? Well,
I mean,
I
it
guess
actually
this
tastes
is your
pretty
world.
good. Like, it
How do
tastes
you-
like,
it has a human face.
yeah, but it tastes like pork.
You know, that's the logic cannibal use.
Like, just for context, this is what they brought back to eat.
It's fucking horrific. It's fucking horrific. It's vile. It doesn't even look like a human.
Actually, wait a second. Yeah, it tastes like a boar. Yeah.
They're,
why not?
the Yethhounds serve the Queen of Air and Darkness, and in this setting, that's Baba Yaga, who you have on your person, so that's fun.
Anyway,
But anyways, that's dinner.
I'll pretend like I didn't see its. They hung the face up on the. All right, let's go.
I mean, as long as you don't get the hair in your teeth, you'll be fine.
They don't.
You saw them skinning it and preparing it.
Okay.
Do you all make your way downstairs?
I am.
Yep.
Okay. As you do, you can see Leek is now sporting a fur flap hat made from the head and the face of the Yethhound. Its whole body is laid out on the table, but in like portions. There's also like fruits on the table, vegetables, small rodents that have been cooked that look familiar. A whole array of meats and vegetables and plants. And Leek is gobbling it up. Arthur Woodweave is just not. Terry's eating it. And the husbands are eating it. Antigothal's eating it. Grundle's eating it. Kind of everybody but Terry is kind of eating.
Everybody but Terry?
Or not Terry, Arthur.
Oh, I was like, whoa. Arthur, are you going to eat?
Oh, I have food.
What does that mean?
You see, like, pulls like a tiny couple, like a handful of seeds out of his pocket and just starts eating seeds. And then the fruits, some of the fruits on the table, he's not eating any of the
Okay.
meat. Just weird animals. It's weird.
Here, I'll try it.
Tastes great.
It's like
Like,
it's
really
like
good.
taking, it's like someone prepares a turkey dinner, and then like a little, like a toddler rolls up and it just goes,
Yeah.
right into the side.
No one bats none of the Fae company bat an eye. Antigothel
Antyr's
just
gonna-
smiles. Enjoy.
Do they have fork and knives? Well, Antyr does. What are we talking about?
Of course,
They're on
there's
set.
not. Of course, there's not fork and knives. It's all hands.
Antyr's gonna pull out their they're gonna pull out their mess kit, their own little fork and knife set of their mess kit. Shink. like carving around.
You see, Auntie Gothel removes the shawl that she wears at all times, revealing her other husband on the back. Uh, a large lump of mottled gray flesh that just grows out like a tumor. Gives her the appearance of having a humpback. He has a humanoid face, two green eyes, humanoid-esque. One, the left eye being significantly larger than the right. The right droops low, giving him a lopsided appearance. No discernible nose, but instead has a large grinning mouth filled with shark-like teeth, with a large bluish purple tongue, and he's just like, delicious. And the tongue just like starts to like unfurl onto the table and scoop stuff up and back into the mouth like a fruit roll up. And when Auntie Gothel eats, she doesn't put it in her mouth, she puts it in the stomach void.
That's what I
All
do
the
with
grasping
food too.
hands.
Yeah,
I feel that.
like sometimes, occasionally take a tiny little hand, like come up onto the table and grab something and pull it off the table down into the stomach void. Like she's not using these hands to eat. The grasping void hands are like on the table and grabbing things.
I like how the grasping hands will like go and like, for instance, grab like a haunch, and then take like a chunk of the meat and tear it into pieces. Bring it in.
Yeah, her like she keeps her other hands like this on the table, just observing, and the hand you can see like occasionally you'll see like a tiny little hand like come up onto the table, grab something, and then down into the void.
Gothel,
Yes.
I think you might know this, but we came in possession of your mother's lumen spire.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
What benefits would it be to keep it on our persons?
Oh, many. If she's likes you, you could potentially use some of her abilities. Or you could free her from it and have a very powerful ally in the conflict to come.
How do we go about freeing her, though?
Well, she is the leader of the Unseelie Court, and the Unseelie Court having their leader back would be beneficial to the Alliance. To free her, you would need to find an Archfey willing to swap places with her, or you would need to sacrifice a powerful Fey artifact for the Lumen Spire. One of which you have two Fey artifacts in your possession. She looks at the
Not
sword.
it.
She looks at the sword that Hopper has, and then
Antyr pulls out the disc
okay.
and tosses it onto the table. We're not going to be able to use it. And holds the lumen spire out and holds it up.
I would not.
Grin's like choking to death at the table.
And here, before you do something hasty, the Lumen Spire would still be very useful to us for getting around this new combination of worlds.
One of Auntie Gothel's hands is already grabbing the disc on the table and pulling.
I'm gonna put my hand on top of it before she can reach it.
Okay. Baba Yaga, could you step out for a moment? Please.
The visage of Baba Yaga forms in the home.
Grin's gonna fly over and quickly say into Antyr's ear, "Promises, promises."
Yes.
All right. We have the means of freeing you.
I know.
Stipulations. You're all about making bargains and deals, correct?
We are.
Perfect. Would it benefit us more to keep you in this for now, or to free you
Free me.
now?
I promise.
What do you promise?
Aid. Life.
To who?
All of you.
Be more specific.
If
I
you're
would
to,
like you to say,
if you're to die, I will snatch you from the grasp of death and ensure you don't go that way.
in this form that we keep.
Correct. I promise.
Looks over at
And she kind of looks at you.
Grin.
Baba Yaga looks at you for a second. I feel like you would be very difficult to change anyway. Looking at Antyr. You're already claimed.
And also oh, what? I think I understand. All right. Would you... Another point that I would like to make. At any point, I know that you probably looks over at Auntie Gopo. You can... Which... But freeing you in this moment, would you be able to work in our favor in the Unseelie Court and aid in leading it in a direction that we need it to go?
I do lead this Unseelie Court. They would have their leader back. Currently they are leaderless, lost. I have aided you thus far.
That's true.
I do keep your pet hidden safely away as well. In reference to Cornelius, who she said she could keep safe.
Yeah.
Just to reiterate.
I think, personally, I think it would benefit us more to have someone. We have a member of the... looks to Hopper. You are a member of the Seelie Court, correct? Hmm? Louder.
Yes.
Okay.
We. Is this close enough for you?
Better. Do I believe Hopper? Is Hopper being forthright about that?
About what? About being a
Being
member
an
of the
actual
Court?
member of the Seelie Court.
I mean, you could roll an insight check if you want.
I would like to do that.
Alright, Hopper, deception or persuasion, your choice. Do not reveal which.
Five.
22.
Alright.
He's telling the truth.
No.
He can.
He believes the words he's saying is so
Yes.
he has what is it, benediction about
Mhm.
former belief.
As far as he knows, he believes himself to be a part of
Believe
the
he's a
Seelie
part.
Court.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We have a member of the Seelie Court in our presence who can act as a bridge. And if we release Baba Yaga, we would have a member of the Unseelie Court that can act like a bridge for us. Gothel, are you bound to one specific court?
Oh, yes.
I imagine the one your mother is part of.
Oh, yes.
What about your adopted sister?
Very much the same.
Very much the same. All right.
Also, just so everybody knows, I had to end the stream, so we're just recording now, because my internet was
Okay.
being all wonky.
No worries. Shit. I'm gonna set the, this, so it's on the table, but their hands are gonna clasp over it. I think we should take a vote. I'll make this honor to you, Baba Yaga, now, this promise. Once this is finished, and it falls into our favor, I will willingly release you from your confines of the spire.
When what is finished?
Preparations for this war.
You have a
If we
deed.
vote against not releasing you now.
I will say there's... If deal...
Right. So,
And as she says that, you do feel a slight little tingle.
Oh, there's the question. Does anybody remember what happened to that Oberon one?
You saw Aelinor holding it when he caused the surge that destroyed. Oh, okay, sorry.
It was in the bag of holding when it got stolen, I believe, along with Oberon's head.
Yeah.
You guys,
So
you guys,
delivered it
you
to
guys,
Aelinor.
you guys never had Oberon's Lumenspire. You had the rough blue one, which was Queen Valestria's, which you guys learned. Duskkeepers always had Oberon's Lumenspire.
Oh,
Because
so
we talked to
we
Oberon's
had...
head.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
We had Oberon's
I thought.
head.
Yeah, I
That's
thought
how
the
we
head
talked to
was
him.
communing through the
No.
spire. Oh,
No, because we did speak with
Doe
Dead on
has
his
speak
head.
with Dead on the head.
right. Okay, I got
That's how it
confused. I got confused there. I thought Oberon was one of the spires.
He is, but
No,
Aelinor's always had that one.
Aelinor took it when he killed Oberon and made him into a Lumenspire.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oberon was trying to deliver Valestria's
Lumenspire
back
to
to
kind of
Titania.
To
Kenna.
to Kenna, who was going to keep it safe in the material plane because the Feywild is
Walkadoodle.
Yeah.
But now Aelinor has both.
correct, and he has the benefits of both Archfey.
All right. So it has come to an agreement. Promise was made. Now a vote. If you vote in favor of releasing Baba Yaga now, say aye or raise your hand.
Leek will just raise a hand. I want my grandma back.
Antyr will raise a hand.
If I'm being honest, I'm kind of confused about the consequences of each.
Now I know that. So, I know that this isn't gonna feel good.
And he looks at the unseelie folk.
Mm-hmm.
But, if we really want to unite everybody, it will be to unite them to get their leaders back. And if the Unseelie have that already, they might not be as inclined to, assist.
They also are leaderless and may not be listened to reason. They are in chaos. The leader the leader could wrangle them back together again.
That is a very good point, and I want to side with that. I do. I really do. I want that. But I think the other courts will see that perhaps as favoritism and might not be so inclined to help us retrieve the other ones.
They also might not be inclined to unite with a leaderless court because they would view the court as weak without leadership.
Yeah. Alright.
Imagine
I'm just saying.
imagine an army asking for help without a leader.
Oh no, I'm just saying if we're gonna help them out, we have the thing that can kill Aelinor, right?
Perhaps, yes.
So, do we? Did anybody check? Did anybody get out of the dodge? Is that the right thing?
Papa, do you still have the sword?
You've attuned to it.
Yes,
You know what it does. It says it can kill Umbral Knights
Yeah.
without their resurrection ability. That doesn't specify Aelinor specifically. It mentions Umbral Knights and their resurrection abilities.
It is possible, but Aelinor may be something different, something more.
Which I
I thought the whole purpose of your vision was that this was in getting us closer to killing that asshole.
moves the guards and allows a way to kill the soldiers.
It can remove resistances they may have acquired and ends their resurrection cycle indeed, but like I said, Aelinor has proven himself to be above their ranks, both politically and physically,
Let's
and perhaps
perchance
organically.
let's perchance say you will fail and he gains Baba Yaga's Lumen Spire, then he has 3 in his possession, and more powerful he becomes.
Very true. And also having the Sealy, the 2 courts together would allow for potential combination of power to actually take down Eleanor.
And it would be difficult for both courts to negotiate without a leader, for one.
Torger, you said that you were confused about the consequence of either of these actions.
Yeah, I don't understand why we's got to make all sorts of like big decisions. Like why it's a whole thing.
In the realm of why releasing Baba Yaga is a big decision?
Yeah, I mean, we could do it, we could not do it. Like, why do I guess to be part of either decision?
Because you're part of this group.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I'm saying, like, in a big thing, like, we've got lots of things to do.
And this would help in potentially help in one of our endeavors of doing, and it could remove. We can focus our full efforts on.
But what's the bad parts about it?
We release a member of the Unseelie Court back into the world.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with us?
It doesn't.
I don't mean.
I don't think it really does. Outside of helping us have connections with the Unseelie Court.
Well, then I got to put my hands up. You just said there's nothing's wrong that's going to happen to us. So why is we even talking about this?
All right.
I can promise nothing untoward would happen to any of you if you release me.
Yeah. See?
But that is
He gives us
currently.
disgusting tea and promises.
Grin is looking at Antyr with like a, and he's like trying to be like,
So you guys have been
and he's pointing to his head now.
Yeah.
You've been talking about Torger, and though he does play the fool, he's not a total idiot. He
No,
just
no, no,
repeated
no.
the thing back
Mhm.
that makes sure that she knows what she just did.
And also
having
any
the
movement,
prophets,
and Antigoth was also like very ingesting each movement people are making, any
Yeah.
look of the eyes, any like change in expressions. She's all just very like keyed in on it. So is Baba Yaga.
Enter kind of gives Grin a look, but kind of nods. We just need to vote for it. It's between you, Hoppa, and
So currently, Leek, Antyr, and Torger voted yes, free Baba Yaga.
I believe we should wait until the last necessary moment. If freeing the Baba Yaga is something we can do at any time, we should use what resources we have until we cannot anymore. And
what if it's
then
too
use-
late? What if it's too late for us to make that choice? What if the last possible moment is not a... I can't release it. I have no way of knowing to do that.
I think any hesitation right at this point is bad. We should release him because they're our friends.
That's 4
Your
2.
voice
that's,
cracked a little. I don't believe you, but
That's 4
Is
to.
it?
That's 4 to 5.
As a member
But you
of the
do.
city
Grin does
court-
see
Oh,
like
4 to 3 to 5.
Grin does see
3 to 2.
or like Antyr does see Grin like be like,
yeah, yeah.
member of the city court, I cannot vote for this decision, but if I am outvoted, there's nothing I can do. You've made a promise.
Vonkar's remaining
Just
neutral
my dick.
because Sam's not here.
Look, I carry the burden of this choice, as stated before. This is
You made the bargain.
I did, and I knew what I was doing. I understand what I was doing, but you also made promises, so. Antyr's gonna reach their hand across and kind of. I know Hopper has their hand. Does Hopper have hands?
Yeah.
Claws, hands.
Are
He's
they
got,
like
he's got like rabbity hands, so he's
esque?
got like
Okay,
so
but they
like
still have
yeah.
finger like
Like he has
phalanges.
fingers. He's
Okay,
only got 4 fingers, but he's got fingers, and they
Got
have
it,
like
got it, got it,
rabbit
okay.
claws.
Oh,
Got
so
it.
he's got like kind of a little vestigial thumb that, all,
Oh, that's so great. It like wiggles.
yeah.
Come here. Come see. I have a question for you.
Because that's the
Um,
interesting thing. Like all creatures have the same number of digits, but some of them are just up
A little
here.
further up.
Yeah.
Hand's gonna go onto Hopper's hand and it's going to give it the wrist a light squeeze. Not like intrusive, just more of like almost of camaraderie moment. Camaraderie. Yeah.
I hope you are right about this, Antyr. And he pulls his hand back.
Slides the disc forward and rolls the Lumen Spire to sit within the center of the table.
Okay. With the disc still on the table, Antigothel grabs it and just feeds it into the Lumen Spire, and as it gets fed into the Lumen Spire, the disc just dissolves. You can delete the Luminera from your equipment.
Goodbye.
You served your purpose of fucking
Now-
with the DM enough.
Any items that were in the Luminera are destroyed, which was
They
don't
were
think
ejected
anything
anyway
was.
when we-
Yeah,
Which
there
was-
was nothing.
oh yeah, you're right. I don't know where the
Yeah.
wagon went then.
I think we left it behind.
Oh right, yeah, I got
Yeah.
left behind when you guys all. Yeah, no, it was left as cargo. I don't remember. Who cares?
It's okay. We'll
It's-
give Vonkar a new card.
It's in the garage.
So the
It's in the
disc,
garage.
the disc dissolves into the Lumen Spire, and the Lumen Spire just cracks. And as it cracks, the visage of Baba Yaga disappears.
Oh, she's dead.
Oh, she died.
Oh
Oh,
my
no.
god, she fucking dead.
Gotha, what happened? You killed her.
No, it worked as intended
What was the intent?
Oh,
to free her.
You promise?
Just smiles.
She's probably returned to her own courts.
All of the lights in this room go out immediately. Just. And it gets really cold. The front door just creaks open. Stepping into the room is similar to the visage you've been seeing, but more twisted. There's like a 4-foot tall crone, hunched, long gray hair, hooked nose, very pustule covered gray paper thin skin. Like you can see the bones underneath the skin. And she just slowly shuffles into the room. She's wearing a big kind of lopsided tattered hat, a tattered like traveling cloak, and she just saunters into the room. And it's dark, but her eyes glow in the dark, like she's just seeing everything.
It's dinner time. You look hungry. Look at this. Feast.
Oh, I don't eat food.
welcome back to the land of the living, Baba Yaga.
Thank you. Whenever you're ready, meet me at the unseelie court. And if anyone wants to live there now would be the time. Auntie Gotha goes, oh, I would like to see my sisters again. But alas, the gardens need tending too. The roots need tending. Baba Yaga kind of
No.
just turns on the spot and steps outside. And through the windows you can see she produces what looks like a tiny little mortar and pestle. The ones you all stole back for her last campaign. She sets them out on the ground, and they enlarge into a massive, like, mortar and pestle. It climbs in, and it just lifts off the ground and flies away.
Like Bowser from Mario.
Yeah, she can fly.
Yes.
She can fly around in her mortar and pestle. And then there's the
That's
Fae.
awesome.
Then there's the Fae legends that she lives in a house with bird feet that walks around.
Oh,
Actually, yeah, that's
God.
her. Yeah, she leaves, and then as she leaves this domain, the lights slowly flicker back on one by one. The candles, the flames just come back to life.
That was terrifying.
Who's in the room currently?
Everybody that's here. Vonkar, Leek, Antigothel, Terry, Arthur, Rattle.
Oh, I thought Auntie Gothel stepped out.
No, she stayed behind. She
'Cause
said,
of-
she said the gardens and
oh.
roots need tending too.
Indeed.
Oh, and I thought after she said that she left. Never
No.
mind. Cool.
So everyone is still in this room. That with everyone except for Baba Yaga.
Happy birthday! Is this Baba Yaga's new birthday?
No.
So it counts as a birthing, more of a
Restoration.
yes.
Hey, so that's gotta be something we're celebrating, right?
The unseelie court will be celebrating, I'm quite sure.
How does the Unseen Cross celebrate?
Very similar to how other fae celebrate, tricking mortals into certain endeavors, skinning beasts, making
and since-
traps, killing people.
Since the mortal plane, the material plane is now a part of the Feywild.
Oh, the material plane is still existing where it is. Your world was just pulled into the Feywild. The material plane is its own thing, where numerous worlds exist within.
Sorry, what? So the material plane is not what we've been walking on this whole time?
No, it is, but now you are no longer.
But I thought so the material plane was pulled into the Feywild.
No, your world was pulled into the material plane, into
Wasn't
the
our
Feywild.
world the part of the material plane?
Yes, but your world was taken out of the material plane.
This is the brain tickler.
Now you are bound by the laws of the Feywild only.
Well,
Does anybody else get this?
Speaking of which, those of you who are Fey, if you die here, that's it.
I mean, it's just the same rules as someone dying.
If the Fey die here, they die for good.
Yeah. If I died on the material plane, I'd die for good too. Something changed after.
Well then. Everyone, if you die, you die. You can get brought back if people can do such things. But the bargain you made with Antigothel the bargain you made with my mother prevents death now, so that's exciting. Who wants to test it out?
does that extend out to like others of close proximity to us?
Just you all. You made the bargain for yourselves.
Right. All right. Well, I am not inclined to test this theory out, but
Yeah, because
We-
we don't know if it's just a one-time thing or not.
right. We did a favor for the Unseelie Court, so I think it's due time that we do a favor for the Seelie Court.
Yep.
We'd
Hopper.
have to find them first.
Yep, let's do it.
Although, could you? I know you do not play with fate strings, but could you close your eyes, spin in a circle, and point us in the right direction?
I could.
Beautiful. All right.
What's in it for me?
Alright, I'll do it. I'm a fan of fate.
We added a shrubbery to your collection, or a scarecrow. I'm sorry, to your.
Looking at the window, the scarecrow's moved a little bit. Like the head's turned to the side.
Oh god.
That was a gift.
Oh, you're right. You are right. You did give me a soul. And she reaches up into the roots, pulls one down, sniffs it. No, not that one. Pulls down another one. Oh, the one where the blue one dies, not that one. Puts it up into the...
Does
Blue
Does-
one.
Does Grin know that the gift of Arthur Wordweave has, like, been a constant source of sustenance for Gothel? Because of his
No idea.
misery?
You also don't know if she's referencing Arthur or
Yeah.
the Marquis who
Okay.
you brought with you.
Antyr kind of left. The Antyr was implying the Marquis, but then yeah, with Wordweave being around too, it's kind of implied. Maybe they're playing into it.
Yeah, so she like lifts down the one root and says, "No, that's where the blue one dies," and she puts it back up into the boughs. And there's 2 blue ones in this party. Keep in mind. She
Who's the other blue one?
Grin
Oh,
Grin.
Grin. True. I forget he's also blue.
pulls down another root. Oh, that should suffice. She, holding onto the root, she pulls it down, touches the floor with it, and the root kind of adheres to the floor. You can see outside things kind of spinning, like the sky is kind of rotating and moving and changing and adapting. You all get a weird sensation. You all are flooded with choices and memories that you could have made and could have happened and experienced,
Oh shit.
but things were altered and changed, so whatever may have happened did not occur. And she detaches the root and pulls it back up into the boughs of her room. That should work as planned. Find a direction and walk. I suggest you wait till morning, though.
That sounds like a good idea.
Arthur just is like still there, just like seeing all this unfold. He's like, "This is awful. What is going on?"
We'll get you situated in a nice abode without children one day.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Oh man, yeah, Gothel's gonna like that we gave him a little bit of hope. That she can
Potentially.
beat up.
Don't worry, Arthur. You'll be well taken care of as per usual.
Ew. Antyr's gonna make their way back up and go to Grin's room and begin fucking with alchemy again and just kind of distract himself. for
As
a
you
long
walk up,
rest.
there's that like slug with the cherub face kind of slithering around. Hello.
Oh, they're gonna open a vial and fish out like 3 glowworms. Here you go.
Oh, thank you so much. And they like slither up to you, and it's literally like a bloated, like 3 foot tall, 4 foot tall, like pale slug with a
If they're far away, Antyr does wait.
cherub-like face, like a baby angel face on it, slithers up to you. Hello, thank you. Or it doesn't say thank you, it just says hello. And it holds out 2 little like withered hands that it uses to sweep with.
He just take the whole thing, and they're gonna put it back in the vial, and it's a vial of about maybe like a dozen or so, like dried out glowworms.
Takes the vial and like brings it up to its mouth, and as it does, the jaw like unhinges like a snake's, and inside you see rows of like circular rows of lamprey like teeth, and at the very back of that mouth is like a glowing white sort of light that just puts the vial in and swallows it. Hello, and then it just slithers away down the corridor into the opposite direction.
Never being nice to anything ever again.
And they're
That into, I mean,
Oh shit!
know-
It's gonna jump
I know.
away from it.
you're heading into my room, Woody.
I didn't think you were following me. Oh
oh, so as you try to go into Grin's room by yourself, the door just doesn't budge, but it's not locked.
shit. I think you have to. I think it's coded to you.
I mean, I know I'm not what you're used to either.
That means
And I'm just saying, I thought that was weird too.
Yeah, that you came up behind me like that?
No, the slug thing. With the mouth.
Yes.
I thought that was weird too.
You thought it was weird. That's saying a lot.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
No, I agree.
I hadn't seen anything like that before.
And it does leave behind like a slime trail.
Another vial is taken out. Mage Hand is cast, or Magistrate's is cast, and
Yeah,
some of
good
you
idea. Good idea.
scooped.
Okay, yeah, it's thick and viscous, and it kind of like it's like so it's like it looks like glue that someone's put like sparkles in, like glitter.
Gonna get pretty much a full vial of it. Full
Sure, you got it.
of glitter snail glue.
What's it smell like? Grin's gonna do a waft here and just
Waft test.
Cabbage,
a cabbage.
like
Oh.
cooked cabbage.
Gonna take a little dab with a finger and then
Eat some.
just a little.
If you start
little
fucking
tongue
tripping
test.
balls, Grin. Oh my god.
Okay.
The
It's like a psychedelic
tiniest tongue
toad.
test.
Mm-hmm. Antyr, you're looking at Grin.
Mm.
Grin, you're looking at Antyr, and reality is kind of like bending and warping.
Let's get into the room fast.
Antyr's eyes begin to like swell in their head for you, and each of them pop. Like,
Okay, we're getting into the room right now.
He opens up the door.
you go to
I like
open
to
up.
think-
You go to open up the door, but the doorknob is like warping and shifting.
Stop moving, doorknob.
Antyr, the doorknob is stationary.
Just
Grin is
Grin
just, like,
flying
flying.
around.
I'm moving.
Jeez. I don't even know how to help you. Grin, just focus on the doorknob.
It's right there.
And you see him like
Points to like the hinge,
All right.
and then it fades.
Gingerly.
And then
Oh,
the
okay.
effects just fade almost as soon as they started.
Open up.
Grin, pick an ability score.
I'm going to pick. You know what? Strength.
Strength. Roll me percentile dice. There's a 50% chance of what happens here.
Okay. Percentile dice.
1 to 49.
Come on.
1 to 49. The skill is decreased by 2. 50 to 100. It's increased by 2.
58.
It's increased by 2.
Nice.
There's enough of that vial for one more dose. When Grin took it, he thought he was only taking a little bit. Oh no, Grin ate it off the floor. Never mind. And then the trail like instantly like dries, very quick. You see Grin's muscles get a little more defined. Little six pack just.
That will be
Swells up.
instantly.
Let's
that
go.
When he eats anything, it's just gonna be like. "Ugh."
But yeah, Antyr, you see Grin get more muscular a little bit. What does that bring Grin's strength to?
15.
Perfect.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, you see Grin trip out, and then the muscles are a little more defined.
I had 13 in it.
Yep.
And I was just like, 13? If I drop one or gain one, it might balance me out. And that's why I picked it. But it's 2.
And just gonna slip that into their alchemical pouch and enter in and just kind of decompress as much as they can in this vile room.
It's changed.
Oh,
You get a
everything has muscles.
no, everything's wet,
Oh,
like glistening dampness. And it's no longer skin everything; it's hair and fur everything. And it's all
Wet
a
hair
little.
and
It's a
fur?
little wet and damp.
I don't want to be in this room anymore.
Yeah, actually.
Are you tripping again?
There are no more. Also, you don't see any
you want the
discernible.
kiss?
You don't see any more discernible ears.
Do the thing.
Oh.
Hello.
Okay, what? Yes, this again. I only have about 3 more charges to this, so speak quick.
Wait, what are you doing?
Message.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sorry.
I think this means they don't like me anymore. But I don't know.
I'll say for the sake of this, you get your answer. As you're talking, you can hear Arthur coming up the stairs, and he's like, "Oh, I really hope my room hasn't changed again." Deal with that what you will.
I agree. I think they hate you because this is fucking grotesque, even more so than your other room. So maybe we should just go to my room.
Yeah, let's try it.
All right. Gather up alchemical supplies, shoulder my bag. You go ahead and do the door opening.
Okay.
The doorknob is right there.
Do you open the door? You can see Arthur open up his door and just go,
Is it beautiful?
"No, it's uvulas everywhere."
Oh.
And he walks in and he like steps on one of them and he's like, "No, no, no!" And you hear like retching noises inside the room, all over the room, as
Let me
he
just close that door.
as
Just
he
close the door.
activates the gag reflex of his room.
Terrible. Andrew's
Uh,
gonna go to their room.
Okay, you open it. It's all bare. Nothing in it, except for a tiny little chair, wooden chair in the center of the room.
There you go. Brittany,
Take a
place to sit.
seat.
Oh, absolutely not. Antyr walks out, closes the door.
As you close the door, you hear a whoosh, like something's shifting in the room.
Peeks in.
Peeks in. The walls are flesh, but it's all like butt cheeks that have been like sewn onto the walls.
Close the door back.
Oh, come on!
No, that's gonna smell like shit.
As you close the door,
Open the
you
door.
hear like all the butts fart at once.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Closing the door, waiting.
Reopen. You hear the shifting noises again.
Opens.
It's a studious library.
Oh, there's something.
The beds are built into the bookshelves.
We're done. This is the place.
Alright, there it
Walks
is.
in, closes the door.
As you close the
I'm
door,
gonna set up my hammock.
It is
The
just
hair.
the braided hair.
excellent.
Oh my god.
Yeah, as you're in the room, you'll both lay down to do whatever you do, and you hear a fluttering noise, like the flapping of wings.
Grin, settle down,
has-
please.
Alright.
You still hear
That's not
flapping.
me.
Looks around.
In the year 7513 of the new dawn, which wasn't a time, the king Orifes killed all of his children by drowning them in the river one by one. The children screamed and he cackled with delight. And it just goes on with this dark, macabre story.
I guess that's why they call our booties orifices.
Oh my god.
And
Antyr will focus on doing the alchemical stuff, but yeah, is not really paying attention, but is gonna work on a long rest.
all right. Before we end it here, what about Hopper and Torger? Yeah, the others are like the other people that are here. They're going to their rooms to sleep, and
Yeah. I think Hopper is once again, like he's probably like white knuckling the fork and knife. I know there's no utensils. He probably had like his hand on the sword the whole time Baba Yaga was out and about. And then when she left, he just let out a breath. I think the constant thought in his head is, Antyr, I hope you know what you're doing. Antyr, I hope you know what you're doing. Antyr, I hope you know what you're doing. I hope you know what you've done. Yeah, and I think he's just like trying to work through strategies of how the fuck do we get ourselves out of this mess.
sure.
Just thinking through like almost to a point of panic of like, this is our situation, these are our assets, these are our deficits, how do I use A plus B to get the most positive outcome out of this.
Okay.
And then Torger's gonna hit him in the shoulder, like a quick backhand, in the shoulder, and just be like, "Yeah, you wants me to tear that up for you, so you don't guts to use 2 hands to eat. You just guts to use 1 hand, and you can keep the other hand on the sword."
I think I have lost my appetite.
Okay. Could also squeeze it into some juice for you if you want.
That will not be necessary.
Okay. Well, you know where my room is. It's one of the many horrors.
Thank you, Torger.
Alright, Screams, if you need anything.
Oh, before you go, I had an idea for my victory tattoo.
Oh, yeah, finally. Okay, what do you want?
Just a simple string tied in a bow around your ankle.
A simple what?
A string, a ribbon, if you'd like.
Alright, and this is for you winning the wrestling?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I guess you just get to decide when I get a tattoo. Okay, I'll just give it.
Well, isn't that how it works between you and Antyr? Whoever Victor gets
well,
to
I
decide
was
his tattoo?
doing the wrestling as a favor last night, but okay, I guess okay, all right. I guess you get
Well,
to make choices
if
now.
it was
What?
if it was not an official match, we do not have to do it.
I was
So
just
do-
using me. You didn't make any quips. You didn't try and challenge me in any sort of way. All right, but if you wants to go one in the hole, I guess I'll put a little asterisk next to my tattoo. So when I looks at it, I know there's Hopper, the subtle
can-
cheater.
Wow.
All I am saying is, if that were an official match, which it was not, as you have made clear, that would be what I would have asked.
Okay. I guess my eye on you.
We can do an official match if that's what we would like.
I'm feeling tired right now. But
You're not scared of me, are you, Torger? You scared of a little rabbit man, Torger, are you? I'm just imagining Caleb or Garrett hearing this through the wall.
Okay, I'm going to go do some chin-ups with some uvulas. Okay. Scared. See him grab a uvula in each hand and just start going.
Oh, if you return to your room, everything is covered in spiders.
What? Why has it got to be spiders? Opens. Where's my little chubby boy? Hello.
You see the slug slithering.
Scared of spiders?
The slug starts slithering down the corridor towards your door. Hello.
Hey, why you got to fuck with my room, huh?
Hello.
Hilarious.
Hello.
Well.
He gestures for you to close the door. You hear a shifting noise behind the door.
Mm-hmm.
Tongues and teeth.
Yeah, why it's all got to be a nightmare? I don't understand you.
Hello.
Okay. Well,
Holds out his little hands. Hello.
Is he asking for a tip?
hey,
Hello.
ham whistle.
Hello.
Do you speak hello? Not talking to you, cute chubby slug. I'm talking to my friend who's ahead, but also my bag.
Oh,
Hey, do
no,
you speak hello language?
I don't speak what he speaks.
God damn it! All right. All right.
He's probably asking for like a tip, like money, food, a snack, something to eat.
Yeah, I'm just looking. I don't know what I got. Okay, do you want like an Uncrustable or something?
You got like a leftover Grin
Shakes his head.
hardtack breakfast.
Fried hardtack.
He doesn't eat like food.
I got a torch.
Hello.
You wants to eat one of my torches?
Hello.
All right, well, here you go. Thank you so much.
Takes it, and you see the nightmare mouth unhinge, all the lamprey teeth, and that light at the very end, and just puts the torch in, swallows it whole. Hello, and then slithers away.
Yeah, if you could give this room maybe just a touch of like dry mouth so I can maybe get some sleep in a not wet place.
You hear the room shift again.
Stinks like absolute ass, but at least it's dry.
So now it's a very, very dry mouth.
Hey! Super threatening bunny! He wants to come sleep in a dry mouth?
Give me 2 seconds, Torger, and I'll show you how threatening I can be. And I'm gonna look in my room.
Okay. It's like a fairy tale. There's green grass growing, there's like a little fence, a little tiny house where there's a little bed tucked inside the house. And there's the sounds of like not sounds of butterflies, they don't make noises. To Flitz they do. But there's the sound of like, there's a sound of
if
like,
Flitz is still alive.
that's true, who knows? There's the sound of just like wind chimes and stuff.
I'm gonna investigate a little closer, see if it's just an illusion.
I mean, it all looks real.
I'm gonna sit on the bed,
Yes.
fill it out.
So as you like walk through the grass, the dirt's very squishy. Like not like wet squishy, but like soft.
I'm gonna feel the dirt, feel the grass.
It's very smooth. There's some rough spots, and then like bumps. Like
But it
sharp
doesn't feel
little
like
bump.
grass.
Like the grass feels like grass, but it's like coarse
Okay.
and green, like very coarse grass. And the ground is just like smooth, rough in places, bumpy. Do you look down?
Yeah, I look down.
Just faces. The grass is actually green hair.
Alright, Torger, I'm
Beautiful.
showing you how fierce I can be. And I go over to Torger's room.
Okay. As you all sleep the night away, you can all mark off the benefits of a long rest.
Finally.
And as you all wake on this new day, the rooms are back to just being standard rooms with beds and windows. As you all wake up to the weird morning light, there is no sun, but there is light. The moon is a little bit closer down. Like the roots have slowly pulled it closer to its destination.
So is it bigger?
Oh yeah, bigger than yesterday.
Cool.
And that's what we're bringing down the session for the week.
Ooh, shit.
Yeah. So, that's that. Good night, everybody.